titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We're coming for you, nigga. Fat! Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Is correct. Max Dupree. Dr. Hughes is back on another Saturday with Danny Damage. Can we hear you?
Hello, 1 2 1 2.
You sound amazing. You look ghostly. I love the look though. It's like it's a staple for the show now. Whenever you come on, you kind of look like the ghost of Danny instead.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not massively into sort of like that's my face all the time. It's I'm not like a proper munter or anything. And if you read any of my stuff, my articles have got plenty of pictures of me in them. But yeah, so it doesn't have to be perfect as long as you can hear me and you know what shit I'm talking.
Exactly. Yep. Tell the people
How you doing? You all right?
Background again. What's up? How am I
You
doing?
all right? Yeah.
I'm never all right.
Oh, that's sad.
Ever. Folks, I need more subscribers. That's how I feel better. You see? That's why I do this, Danny. I'm doing it for subscribers. I'm just right off the bat. I guess I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like, what am I actually doing this for? I guess to have fun. That's still number one. And that's why we're the best in the world. Because we're doing it for the love of the game out here.
Yeah.
We're not getting paid a bunch of money like these stiffs everywhere. That's why I get so angry about it, right? And I can work myself up. And I know a lot of people go, oh, he's just a hater or whatever. I guess, maybe, in a way. But, you know, I'm not hating on everybody or anybody getting success. It's the people that I deem not as talented as me, you see.
Depends what the talent is. It's not always the talent you're sort of like trying to put yourself over for. It's what you do behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Like this guy. You already know.
Oh, your
And
favorite.
everybody likes him. That's what, and that like makes me crazy, right? So.
But he's really good at kicking the ball. You put the ball there for him, and he's really good at kicking it, isn't he? I thought that's what he was meant to do.
Most people.
Or is he the sort? Does he hold it and kick it, or does he just do the field goal? I don't fucking know this stuff.
There's multiple ways of kicking in football. You got the kickoff, right, which is usually how you start a game. You start after halftime. You kick off to the other team. If another team scores a field goal or a touchdown, then you kick off to the team that just got scored on. So that's like the big kickoff, like where you kick it as far as you can, like down the field, and it's set.
Yeah.
Then you have the field goals, right, where that is also set. And then the guy kicks it from wherever the offense stalled out. And then the last one, it's not the least important. It's important if you know ball, which Dr. Hughes does. So you gain what they call field advantage. So if you have a good punter and he can, coffin kick it, which means kick it out of bounds, but wherever they want him to kick it out of bounds, because there's penalties if it goes into the end zone, all this stuff. But Pat McAfee would stand there, a long snapper would snap it to him like 10, 15 yards, which is also a very specialized random skill in the NFL. He catches it and then he punts it in the air. Sometimes for the longevity of it being in the air, taking time off the clock, or again, field position.
To regain ground, yeah. But so he can do both. He can kick from the ground and from his hands.
No, he's only a hand guy. Yep, super specialized.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm just too used to rugby, where it's just you have that general. Anyone can just, if you need to get some ground, you just boot it, and then everyone chases it. Yeah,
Football seems like just a really structured version of rugby.
Yeah,
So,
it is. I know a
formation.
I know a tiny little bit. I mean, I used to play. Was it John Madden '93? I think I had for my Genesis, my Mega Drive. I'm a
Holy
Genesis.
shit! What are you, 80?
Yeah, near enough. So I do get it a little bit, but I just don't follow it to sort of like know all the modern ins and outs. But I do understand they've got to go a certain distance before they sort of like get told, yeah, you've not covered that enough ground yet, so now the other team get a go and they've got to go the other way. Whereas rugby's just like, no man, we just keep going till someone either knocks the ball out of bounds or they score a try.
Man, what they did, they're doing a number on my football, man, and they're talking about adding another game. So get this. A league that's all about player safety in business, right? They want to keep adding games every couple of years. Huh?
Right. Yeah.
How is that supposed to compute? You should be shaving games off, but they're making too much money. They're spreading the games out. Teams are playing like a Thursday night game, and then they're playing another early game, and now they're sending them all over the world. Everything's becoming globalized, right, Danny? Just like WWE. It's hitting all the stuff I like all at once, and it's turning into bullshit. Like you've heard about Logan Paul and Bad Bunny possibly being in WrestleMania this year. They're like begging for it.
No, I didn't hear that.
It's the shits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What, against each other?
Yes.
Piss break match then. See, that's better than them soiling 2 matches.
Well, here's another story for you. Raquel Rodriguez was saying she's been talking with Liv, and they're trying to work a thing where they can get Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion to wrestle. And that's just like, I get you're just goofing around and talking with each other, and wouldn't that be cool or whatever? But it wouldn't be cool even if they could pull it off.
It wouldn't be the most sort of like impossible thing they've ever sort of done. We're just having like Bad Bunny and I can't even remember the names of the other people that have come and done wrestling stuff, but they've had all kinds of people. So I wouldn't be surprised. Even if it just looked terrible, it'd look good on paper, it'd look good on social media the next day and however many days before, hyping it. So, yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I'm live here. It's not showing me live. Wait, it is showing me live, but X stopped posting my stuff a few weeks ago. And my restreamer here was telling me, there's issues. You have to click this button and that button while I'm live to do whatever to post it, but I'm not seeing it.
X says you're live to me.
Is it actually showing a thing?
Yeah, it's in the top right there, live on X.
Okay, on the news feed.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's not giving it to me anymore, so okay. I love technical difficulties, even if there are phantom ones, stomping these things out immediately. And what's this, Paladin? Cody is promoting OnlyFans in the new short. That's breaking news. Have you heard about this?
This is breaking news.
Go fuck yourself!
What do we want to talk about?
I want to talk about this now. Cody is promoting OnlyFans in that new short. Is that true?
In what way? Like he's doing OnlyFans, or just the company overall, or
where's my Cody Rhodes?
Somebody he likes and follows on OnlyFans?
I don't know. Maybe all of the above. Maybe Paladin, he's now pooping without his phone somewhere. That's what I always think. If you're not in the chat now, you're probably pooping. So, yep. Anyway, we're getting to Bad Bunny, Logan Paul levels. We're getting to, possible stripper rappers getting involved. We did have Sexy Red in NXT. God, out there twerking, covered in tattoos, making the worst, most obnoxious music you could ever hear in your life. And I'm being nice, all right? Trying to be nice about it. So.
I don't even know who that is.
Mm-hmm. She was twerking with Shawn Michaels, who blocks me online, probably because, I goofed on his one of his side chicks, Sexy Red, big red wig and fucking, twerking. And again, more tattoos than The Undertaker. Oh, come on. She's always rapping about like sex and coochie stuff. And it's just like, we get it. Okay.
It's important business. It's girl power and all that shite. It's it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna cry about it forever. The blocking of me getting blocked by Shawn Michaels, but also stripper rappers. Get out of my life. Thank you. I do appreciate Stefon Diggs though, and Cardi B being around was a little obnoxious. That was like my version of Taylor Swift. Remember when Taylor Swift got involved with the NFL and started dating a guy on the Chiefs, and she was out all the Chiefs games, and everybody's making a big deal out of it. I think they tried to conjure that up over here with Cardi B, and
right.
Seems like that party's over, you see. But yeah, it's just how everything's so fake. So to me, pre-planned, publicity to now the next level. Like, remember when it was like new when people would plug things without you knowing they're plugging it? So like people would go on the Tonight Show or something late night and randomly start talking about macaroni and cheese in the middle of their interview. And I mean this literally. I watched, what was her name? Drew Barrymore go on, would talk to Jay Leno on national TV about Kraft macaroni and cheese and how that's the best one. Are you fucking kidding me? I was like, whoa. They're just like,
they do it on the news now, don't they? They'll just come back from commercial and they'll all be sat around the table and like, oh, by the way, Burger King or whatever have got this new burger and this is tasty. What do you think, Steve? And they'll go around the table like saying, oh, well, I've got this product. And it's just like, this isn't even fucking tactful. It's just blatantly just an advert on the news.
But now they're trying to, like, I think, trick all of us. Well, it's been going on for a while, especially with celebrities and things where, these relationships, these happenings that are going on, it's all manufactured. It's in a WWE Unreal, right?
Oh, with Taylor Swift and that NFL guy, for example. Yeah, you see, from over here in England, when we see you guys really like our royal families and things like that, and you don't have your own. So I've always seen things like that Taylor Swift thing, all the Disney princess lasses, and all the pop stars, and it's just like you're trying to manufacture your own version of that. And because you don't have actual like royalty, you just do it with your royalty, which is Hollywood or music or whatever. And as soon as I saw that couple, I'm like, that's fucking forced. It's
but you know what? That is the royalty in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're starting to learn that, right, from all these things that people are finding out from the Creepy Island Boy people. Yeah, that's what I call them, BOI. But yeah, because they're in all the industries, of course, at the top of them. I know. Listen, I've been called crazy before, but it's looking pretty good for Dr. Huge these days, Mr. Right about everything. And there is a secret government above ours. And who knows? It's not that crazy anymore that there's probably reptilians and interdimensional stuff. But listen, let's not get there yet, Obama. Let's not get there yet, Trump. I see what you're doing. They're trying to lap us, right? Or the public, not me. Of course, I'm hip to all the games. They're trying to like get around us so they can go show us the future if we keep on this track, right? And those type of secrets, we're not ready for that yet. We're not even ready for this stuff, right? We got to sort this out. So don't take your eye off the ball, everybody. Don't go, oh, aliens all of a sudden, right? Because that's totally what they're doing, Mac Diesel.
I agree. I think we didn't really need to sort of like, we could have just gone from what we are now to like aliens and life not on our planet. We didn't have to sort of like wedge Grape Island #1 in the middle of that. We didn't need to stop there. We could have just gone to aliens and life elsewhere, but for some reason we've now just got Grape Island. It's
kind of forced out there. And who knows, maybe Thomas Massey is just another, agent of the Matrix, if you want to call it that. But without him and a few other people, it seems like that nobody would be they would have buried this like they've done everything else. This is a moment in time where people get to peek at reality and the shit I've been talking about, and I'm like, what else could it be? What else could it be? We've all seen the movies, right? If you watch like remember the Nicolas Cage movie, 8mm?
Yeah.
Remember, like, there's so many, all the Taken movies, all of this and that. Like, we can go through all of them and just assume a lot of that's true. And it may not be as glamorous, of course, because it's Hollywood making these things, but they're basically telling you what they're doing. And they're doing a lot of these. The Squid Game stuff I watched recently, and which I know is old, but I mean, that's like the rich people games with the poor people. This stuff is like actually in, these files and stuff, which fucking, it's like, wow. Yep.
I've never bothered with Squid Games. I know it's sort of like loosely one of many things that's just Battle Royale, just sort of like repainted. Right. Just like the thing with Jennifer Lawrence, what was it? Hunger Games. It's just a modern version of that. So yeah, people liked it, but they didn't bang on about it for long enough for me to be like, actually, no, I'm going to watch this now, because people didn't just bang on about it for a week. They've stopped.
Yep. I only did it because I ran out of things on Netflix. I pretty much stopped having it for wrestling, right? Have you noticed? I have a bunch of wrestling notes, but is it really that entertaining to the people out here? Hit the like button. What are you doing? So, yeah, we could talk about this stuff, but I don't know. I think all the stuff I've been talking about, I think talking about interdimensional reptilians is way more interesting right now. But again, people aren't ready for that, Obama. Cut it out. It's all on purpose, all this stuff, I tells you.
I saw a couple of clips of that interview, but I didn't see the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him start talking about aliens, and instead of the interviewer like pressing him and being like, "Oh yeah, please elaborate," it's like, "Oh, I've got another question on my list," and it's like, "No, that's not how you do it, you idiot. Ask him more about the fucking aliens. Don't just let him off the hook."
Here's a theory, right? I'm not saying this is fact. This is what I'm being open-minded about. The aliens are a lot of these bloodline families, and that's why they're so close-knit for so long, and they do all that weird, inbreeding type stuff or whatever. And like all our presidents, like, they're like all related. How is that possible? So and I think it could be from this, if you just read ancient myths and the Bible and books like that, it always in the old parts or the early parts of the book, it's always talking about, giants and different DNA and DNA mixing and stuff like that. And they may be an offshoot of something that is just can do things that most normal people can't do unless they're like mind controlled or something. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think I just wrapped that up quite nicely. Anybody want to hear about Aleister Black taking on Randy Orton? Yeah. Aleister Black probably knows about some of the stuff I'm talking about with the tattoos I see on him.
But even if it's not true, if people believe things enough and then they act upon it, like having a grape and interesting dining island, we'll call it. I don't know what I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, we'll just come up with new names too.
Yeah, if they believe what they're doing is real, then that's still fucking bad enough, because they're still making sacrifices or offerings or what, do you know what I mean? And they're doing all this stuff. So that's still a danger. It's still a problem, even if it's just all in their head. And it's been like in their head for like generations, because they've taught their kids and kids and kids, and they all just know these same stories. And, oh yeah, we need to live longer, so we need to do this and that. And like I said, even if it's a load of bollocks and they are just fucking crazy, it's still a problem for the rest of us.
They just need to yeet. You know what? We need to cleanse our palate now from this. Yeet. But I mean, what is a bigger story? Probably almost ever. Again, this is like one of those times in history where the world, with the technology we have, we get to see behind the curtain for a second. Not the rumors, not the conspiracy theories, right? Everybody's throwing these things around. And there have been select people that have obviously gone through the curtain, come back, maybe even died soon after, or lived to look completely insane or whatever. But I'm telling you, this is a massive moment in history, and we wouldn't be doing any justice to anybody to never bring it up on a Comedy Pro Wrestling podcast that is as professional and journalistic as the Dr. Huge Show. Thank you. Hit the like button. Only Mac Diesel. I'll admit it. I'm all about Javon Evans. My sons and I were going bonktastic on Monday. Fun stuff. That's what wrestling should be. Fun. Yep. I don't know if you saw my Alex Jones short that I made. Go check it out on the Dr. Huge Show channel, YouTube. It's a good one. Made me laugh. Do you know it's the regular meme of Alex answering rapid fire questions about pictures he sees of people? So, I put up Javon Evans, and he says next level because he's next level. Mac Diesel. Yep. And Obafemi was Moses, right? I made him Moses, and I made I'm not even going to say it. I don't want to offend anybody that's retarded, but I don't want to use the hard R ever. And I use those two for the Road Dogg Jesse James and Michael P. Hayes. Yep.
That works.
It's a great meme. One of the best in the world. It's many, many likes. And then they always shut it off like a faucet. They're like, boom, here's like 15,000 whatever's button pushes, and then they just stop it. So I don't know these algorithms, these things. I don't understand anything, but I do understand that Javon Evans is next level. I'm getting my Alex Jones voice ready. I need to be like 20 years older, I believe. Maybe scream as much as him.
Smoke 40 a day, something like that.
Get out on the bullhorn. All right, here's other wrestling news, okay? This lady, I called it. I told yous. To the moon. That's where she's going. Kiana James beats Charlotte Flair, beats Nia Jax in one of those triple threat matches to go to the Elimination Chamber. It shocked everybody. Didn't shock me because she can go. And look at her. And they're finally giving her the reins to do that. So it tells me Charlotte, Nia, of course, is going to stay in the tag team division, which is fine right now. Pretty loaded with, a lot of the top girls. So I think they're all happy with that. They're finally going to give her a push. What do you think of that, Danny? Have you seen her much?
Not really. But
You
when
will
you
be
put
impressed.
really, you're putting pictures like this out, and it's just like I'm meant to take you seriously as something other than just
They all have pictures like this.
panty model. They all, because most of them want this as the end goal. I was thinking this the other day when we were chatting about Sasha Banks and the hotline, and someone had sort of like said, if people are going to pay it, why be offended by it? And it's like, well, I'm not offended by it because it just proves my point. Someone as big in the industry as Sasha Banks, or whatever she's called now, that's still her end goal, is just to be like, yeah, I'm selling sex. That's it. Not wrestling. I'm selling sex. I want people to just see me as a celebrity, as a Cardi B or a Nicki Minaj, or whichever one she's sort of like emulating. And it's just like, cool, just make my argument for me. I'm happy with that. I'm not offended by it. But it is also quite silly that you're charging $100 a month or whatever it is just to be able to chat to someone that's pretending to be me, or an AI bot that's pretending to be her. Yeah.
I believe
it was better when there were fewer of them, and it made them more special. But now there's just like 100 bloody underwear models rolling around on the mat, pretending to like love pro wrestling more than anything. But then as soon as they get Hollywood call or music industry call or just signing autographs for the rest of the life call, it's just pew, gone, fuck wrestling. And it's just and there's a lot of blokes that are like that as well. But the lasses, in my opinion, just the percentage is higher. And it puts me off.
Yeah. I don't think she's one of them. I think Saul Ruka and her will stay around the WWE for quite some time. They both had knee injuries too, where they, now they both wear the Stone Cold, brace on the knee, and but they're both super hot, and they both can like really wrestle. So I think this is like the next generation. That's why this is smart by the WWE, is what I'm saying. And I mean, to play devil's advocate for this, I mean, that's what this is now, Danny. This is the world. You know, it's just being real. If you're not going to play ball like this and be all hot and things, and do have the underwear pictures out here, you're leaving money on the table. You're leaving big money on the table. They're not asking you to, eat baby meat or anything at that level, anyway. Maybe, but this is the way everybody's conducting business, because I blame the consumer. See, if people weren't consuming all this hot garbage all the time, and whether it's like just chicks in underwear, blah, 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 whatever you see that's getting all the clicks and things online, that's who you should blame. Those guys that are clicking.
No, there is. You're right. There is some of that, and my arguments are the argument I used to make, like back on when the Undertaker was the American badass, sort of. This is how long ago I've been making this joke. Is just like, right. So you're watching SmackDown, and Undertaker's coming down on his motorbike, and you're like, yeah, that's cool, and that. And then it cuts to backstage, and there's like Tori Wilson or someone. All the lasses are nice to look at and that lot, but it's like, why do you need softcore prawn in my wrestling? Because 1 minute you're going, oh, look how excited I am, and then it cuts back to the Undertaker, and it's like, what's my hand doing? And it's like, I didn't mean to do that, and it's just, we've got the internet. If you want to look at boobies, there's fucking loads of them there. You don't need to. You don't need to not even pepper other things with boobies. It's just like they're all in your face all the time, and it's just meh. Just go and do your business elsewhere. Come back and watch what you want to watch. That's fine. If it is just peppered in, just as like, here's a bit of sexuality, that's fine. But it doesn't feel like it's peppered anymore. It's just fucking blah. There's tits. Oh yeah, and the sort of wrestling too. Blah. There's tits, and it's just tiring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it makes people watch a little bit longer. I guess. I'm just guessing.
It's really difficult to rub one out, though, when they keep cutting to the Undertaker and the announce table. It really is.
You're like, oh, the Mark's here.
My Undertaker, oh, yes. You see, I like my Paul Bearer. I loved Paul Bearer as a kid. Oh, yeah. Well, no, I do get what you're saying. And, yeah, they do have sex is sprinkled in everything, and it is a societal problem. But it's just make a stand and just, you don't need to do that. And if you want a lass to feel special, or if a lass wants herself to feel special, don't let everybody see everything straight away. Or just save a little bit. But those panties she was wearing then, fucking hell, it's like a cheese wire. Jesus. And I'm a bloke. I'm not offended by it. But it's like, again, I'm not going to start taking you seriously if that's just how you conduct yourself for the most part, or it's just, oh yeah, there we go, entry level, this is what you get to see. And then there's a lot of them, and because everyone's doing it, you'll be forgotten about soon. Even if you're the most stunning thing you've seen, age will catch up with you, or just recency bias will fade, and someone else will come in who wants to show a little bit more lip with their tiny little fucking thong, and it's just, where do you end? Because you're just going to end up just whoring yourself even harder.
And Mac Diesel says the disgusting thing about it is the consumer, the male consumer. They'll say they love women's wrestling, but pretend it ain't because they perv on them. Come on, you're above evolution, eh?
Yeah, blokes do that, but lasses also do it because they say it's empowering. And then some lasses behave like that naturally, and instead of wanting to feel like a whore or dirty or whatever, they'll encourage other people to behave in a similar way. So it's like, I'm not as bad now because everybody's doing it. So I can just walk around in my bra and knickers all the time because that's just normal. And then they don't have to like raise their standards, or they don't have to feel dirty because that's how they behave. And you're right, Mark, it is, blokes do just pretend, a lot of blokes do pretend they enjoy the female wrestling, but they're not. They're just looking at ass cheeks and tits.
Mm-hmm. For the most part, but there are certain matches. Io Sky, obviously, she's not out there to be like, sexualized. Not all the time. They have done it, of course, but they're all gonna do it. That's my thing. It's like even Io Sky, which is like, it's hard to sexualize her, especially she seems a little more modest than most, right? And plus, she ain't got the cakes like all these other chicks. You can't be like putting her out there in booty shorts. That don't even make sense, right? You got to accentuate the good features. See?
And they do, because she is sexy in her own way. When she comes down for her entrance, I always see her as like some final boss fucking some final boss manager, and she's coming out and she's like fucking leery, like, come on then, I'll fucking have you. But she's like, she carries herself with like a certain sort of like toughness, with also still femininity, and it's like, and look, she's fully dressed. Or pretty much, how does she do that? She doesn't have to like start stripping off, and Asuka's another one. And I know her outfit's a little bit sort of skimpier than Io Sky's, but it's not like she just comes down in bra and knickers like some of them just blatantly do. Bailey's another good example. She doesn't, unless I'm mistaken, and she's more recently started like letting bits of herself hang out of her outfit. But
she should. I mean, I've been all for it. I've been talking about that for almost a decade now, but it's never seeming gonna happen. So I just let it go years ago. My dreams faded away.
But she still wears pants, like tight pants. So if you like her bottom, you can see her bottom. It's there, but she's not just like, how far up my ass crack is this thong going? Who wants to have a look? Who wants to see what I had for breakfast? Well, yeah, form a line behind me, that sort of thing.
Not the second part. That sounds disgusting. That is a crazy saying you got over there. You've said that before over here. It makes me cry.
Seeing what they've had for breakfast?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what yoga pants. And the normalization of yoga pants. It's the same thing. I think that's probably why I mentioned it when I said about I don't need to see. Well, I might want to see that, but then if I get to see it for free, it's like, why am I going to make the effort? If you don't wrap my Christmas presents, I already know what I'm going to get. So there's no surprise. There's no chase. There's no game. There's no fun. And when you've got those yoga pants on, it's like, I know what you look like naked, just painted blue. You've taken that element of fun and surprise out of it.
Because they wear padded ones sometimes. Remember that video of the lady broadcaster over here that was working out? We actually watched that. That's funny stuff. Yep. Whitlock's, that was one of his favorite girls too. And he was even in the chat or the comments, the picture of him there looking so upset. Like, anyway. So this brings me to Dude Wipes though. They're partnering with WWE and Dirty Dom Mysterio. Get it?
It's the shits.
You get it, right? Dirty Dom, he's dirty. Ladies, dirty, between the butt cheeks, mainly crotch area, grundle, taint, region.
It's the shits.
Surely they've got people that are a bit more heavily set that they could advertise that. Like heavier, fatter people.
But they're not
that would be
dirty, Dom. Yeah. Who could we give it to that's better in the WWE, you think, then? If they were going to do this and you wanted to stick to just that theme. Otis?
For namesake, yeah, Otis. Otis would be perfect. Because he's got the personality as well.
Mm-hmm.
You could just, I know he's not with Chad Gable anymore, but he's with Tozawa still, isn't he?
Yes.
You could have Tozawa trying to sort of like tactfully be like, hey, you need some of these, like keeps putting them in his bag or something. Mm-hmm. And then Otis is like, who keeps putting these fucking dude wipes in my bag? And then Tozawa's like, just do this. There you go. You'll be fine. And then Otis realizes, oh yeah, I don't have to like rest my sweaty ball sack on everything all the time. I can actually clean it.
Here's a twist. How about Otis is the guy giving the dude wipes to a fan in the audience that leaves a streak, the big streaks on the chairs that they leave that there's been pictures of online because their pants sag so much from the muffin top pushing it down past the ass, and then their ass is on the seat and their ass is completely dirty and it leaves a streak of poopy doo-doos.
It's the shits.
And Otis can walk up into the fan and go, bro, hold up the chair and go, here, dude wipes in his face or something.
And then, if Otis has to tell you that you've got a fucking hygiene problem in your undercarriage, then you really must need dude wipes. There you go.
See what I'm doing? That's psychologically, subconsciously, that's what we're telling you. Exactly. What's up, HVAC? We're over here. We're doing it. Talking so much about things.
All the important wrestling topics.
Right. Well, here's in the fight game. Have you seen Ronda Rousey is taking on Gina Carano, of Star Wars and MMA fame as well. Yes. Any hot takes on this?
I don't expect it to be a complete shoot. That's all I'll say. I saw it. I saw Sean Strickland's little preview review of it as well, which was amusing, and it was sort of similar to what I said. Just people don't actually really care about the women's sports side, but they don't mind seeing lasses barely dressed, rolling around, oiled up and such. So it'll bring some money in, but I think it's probably just going to be work to hell. Or just like a playful sparring session. It's not going to be a blood feud or anything, is it?
No, not at all. A Netflix fighting deal, no.
And they're both like top end of 30s now, I think. Not that you can't be tough in your 30s, your late 30s or anything, but they're not going to want to just be like, yeah, let's batter the shit out of each other legitimately.
I think it might be a little different too after you have kids, and then mothers will be like, "Well, no, that makes us more." But yeah, for your kids, right? This is just like a Netflix stupid, Jake Paul thing, right? That's who she signed with. I think. I'm not sure, but I think that's the case. Which again,
I don't know that much.
Seems like a work. Everything's a work now. I don't care. I don't seem to. Even the celebrity, because everything's being mixed together now. So like boxing is going to be like that now. And then we lose guys like Terrence Crawford, and he's like, I'm not boxing anymore or something. And they're like, wait, what? So like the real guys, like say John Cena's of the world, they're leaving wrestling. Like they're the last of like the real era of anything. And now we're going into this influencer, type deal where basically it's a popularity contest. No, it's not based on talent anymore or who's really getting over. It's who can manufacture getting over the most.
Yeah.
Makes me sick. All these people. Yep.
No, it's just another form of entertainment, though. I mean, you like your reality TV, and a lot of other people like reality TV. And if they can just do that when it doesn't actually turn off, it bleeds over from this it's the same show essentially, it's the same program, but it's going to be on this talk show, and then it goes back to the internet, then it goes into UFC ring, and then it go. You know what I mean? It's still just like the same thing, just that doesn't stop.
It's very crazy what everything's kind of turned into. I'm not going to get into it again, Will. You know where we'll end up. We're going to end up back on the island because. I mean, that's where it goes. Everything, all these problems, even our little stupid nerd entertainment problems are stemming from there. Like, did you hear, like, apparently there's something to do with, he had something to do with microtransactions in video games?
Yeah.
What? Like, that is, like, honestly, microtransactions helped ruin video games for the past 15, 20 years. Shit. Mac Diesel, that's what I like about Javon Evans. Seems like a cool dude and has good moves. Charisma. Exactly. Who are you talking to out there? Me? But no. I think he's trying to guide us back over there. You want me to talk about Javon Evans? Was he your cousin or something? All right, I'll talk about him. So, Javon Evans is the next big thing. I've been saying it since he was in NXT. I know everybody's aware of him now. He is a young kid. He speaks the children's language, which is, they write like Nam saying or what's a good one? Tom Bout. Instead of talking about, it's Tom Bout. He'll like do all that, stuff. And I'm hip to it. I kind of understand what he's saying. But he's got the hair the kids love. I play Arc Raiders, and that it's somebody 25 or younger if they got the hairdo, the Javon Evans with the spike coming, dreads coming off the top and all this. So he's over with that generation. They're coming up. They're going to start spending more money. The WWE, I think, is smart enough to keep pushing them next level. There you go. But then on the flip side of that, he better beef up. He better stop. He's like, I need to do more crazier stuff. No, you don't. Do less crazier stuff. And bulk up.
Just have something that the crowd can chant along, like Jey Uso. Like, who did I see a clip of the other day? Trick Williams, and people were like, "Oh my god, look at this ovation that he got! People love him!" And it's like, no man, it's like Cody Rhodes and Seth and anyone else with some sort of like singable catchphrase. People go to wrestling shows now because they want to be the fucking main event. They think they're the main characters. It's all about them, and as long as they can sing along and chant and get on that little, I was on the, you know what I mean? It's like, I saw the Undertaker lose, and I'm gonna get myself in like everybody compilation package ever. It looks like you're getting all that adoration, but people just want to chant along themselves, and they want the spotlight on them. And if you can find a way to make it work for you so it looks like they're backing you up, cool. But if they find something else to join in with and sing along to, they'll move on, sadly.
Mhm.
Look at Jey Uso. People fucking love that yeeting thing, and now they've just got bored of him, haven't they? And in my opinion, I know you disagree, but rightly so. But they did the same with Cody when Cody came back, and they got to go, whoa, with his intro, and then they soured to that. They got bored of it, and...
Come on, Danny. Let's go, everybody in the chat. Do it at home. They're still doing it. They brought him out at the top, I think, of Monday Night Raw. They come out, they're yeeting. They got, I love the new outfit. They're trying to look gangster, right? But they're in all fluorescent colors. Like, they're kids' characters, right?
Yeah.
So they're going full, the Usos are PG. So Jay's wearing like fluorescent orange, and Jimmy's wearing fluorescent green, or maybe it was vice versa, because, you know, I still can't tell them apart, especially when this like start covering their faces. But I think Jay took one of his T-shirts and almost like turned it into a turban around his head. And then like they were all yeeted out, and just it looked so ridiculous. But again, the crowd loves it. They were yeeting, they were doing the thing, and then everybody else starts coming out. Like people start coming out onto the stage, and I forget who it was, and then the Usos are just like standing there. And then all of a sudden there's a whole segment going on in front of them, and now they're not even involved.
No hits.
They're just standing in the crowd. They like came out for like no reason other than to like just be there and like, you know, to pop the play.
To get the yeets out, yeah.
So watching that, I was laughing my ass off. It's crazy.
It sounds like they've kind of come full circle, because when they first started and they were just like the Samoan version of a Hardy Boys sort of thing, eating ain't cheating, they'd come out and they'd do the haka, wouldn't they? And they'd start shouting Samoa, and they'd have they'd have the neon colours with the black on the t-shirts and that. And they had the crowd they had a little bit of call and response with the crowd where they'd shout "ooh, so" and all that. So they've gone back around to that, and yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's not working or whatever. It was so cartooned up. And sure, of course, there was the Samoan, you know, undertones to the outfit and the whole thing. But it was just funny to me that he took like a Yee t-shirt and turned it into like, you know, the things that the island people wear and stuff. Yeah. So, and it was fluorescent, you know, like the colors of it were like very, you know, like, okay.
They'd probably get a smack round the side of the head at home if they behaved like that or dressed like that. So it's funny seeing the two sort of like worlds collide. But yeah, they are cartoonish, and that's another reason I've called Jey Uso Goofy for ages. I don't mean he is a goofy person. I mean he's Disney's Goofy. He's the Goofy of WWE. Just that's how he acts, that's how he behaves, and that's how I see him. And yeah, they can do the gangster thing where they've got the missing, well, it looks like they've got missing teeth or whatever, but he still just acts like a bloody bell end. It's
bell end again.
Oh.
Yep. Man, so gross, these words you have over there. I hope I don't lose my channel. But so before I lose steam on this guy, the reason why I even brought him up before, not because I just dislike him and I wish he wasn't so big in the business and I don't understand it and all these things. It's because Ari Emanuel, you know this name? Runs TKO. The Rock has spoken of him. The final boss said there's an even bigger boss, and it's this guy. And he's going to make Pat McAfee become Sylvester Stallone. What do you think of that?
What do you mean, making?
Like,
Sylvester.
he's going to be in action movies, probably. He's going to be
Right.
like the next Sylvester Stallone.
I didn't even know he had that sort of ambition for like acting or anything like that.
I mean, they give it. This is influencer stuff, Danny. This is what I'm talking about. Of course, these are the new A-list celebrities. The new all this stuff.
I can see him working in some sort of like TV and film, but if you're going to go for like the legit tough guy, like Stallone was good at portraying in a lot of things, I don't really see that as being a match. But it'll get him in films. I can see that, but more like silly slapstick comedy sort of stuff. He can take some bumps, and you don't mind getting knocked around. So
I saw another post where it was like, "Look at him, he's getting shredded now," because he had the whole dad bod flabbiness and all that, but he's like, he's shredded now. And I don't know, who knows? It's probably AI, probably a complete fake story because this is ridiculous. But it was like one of the top trending stories the other day. And when I hear that the head of TKO, which is just one of his projects, right? He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna make him do that. And it's like that usually happens, right? When you have the industry or that type of money behind you, they place people in these roles more than it's like anything else.
Oh yeah, it's why I don't like what they do with the video games and comics and that lot, because they use existing IPs that have done well, so just to stick a rocket on the back of their little toys, or whether it's because they just want to get more work, or because they've got like some political message to get out there, like fucking that little midget Mark Ruffalo who plays the Hulk. It's just he's not a good fit for that character, but because of how they've sort of like groomed him in a way, they've like trained him to behave in certain things. So it's like, we're going to place him here. So now when he gobs off and tells people will listen. That kids will listen to him because it's the Hulk. And it's the same with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. I've said this before. It's like the kids won't always think of Iron Man. They'll see Robert Downey Jr. So then when they see him on something else, talking about something else, they'll listen to him and they'll take it as gospel because they once hung on to every single word of his because he was Iron Man. And yeah, it's dirty and cheap if you ask me, but it's not surprising. They've done it for a long time, but they just used to be a bit more tactful with it. And when it's video games and comics and stuff like that, I get a bit like, meh, that aggravates me because they're things I like. And like I discussed it with you the other week, manga's next, the anime's next. They're just going to fucking milk them as much as they can. And it's sad, but enough people just watch it because they pay the $9.99 or whatever it is a month or whatever subscription service they've got, and it's like, oh, well, it's on there, let's just watch it. Even if they don't like it, it's still, Netflix don't care. They'll be like, oh yeah, this many people watched it.
Everything's just going to keep getting worse. And there's so many ways to describe it and examples of what they're doing that just proves the point and drives it home. I've heard so many different podcasts and other people in the industries of all these different things, and they're just like, yep, they don't want to even Ronda Rousey, she's making the rounds, and she had said that the UFC was going to do a fight with her before this one developed, but they didn't want to make her like the highest paid whatever, because they just had this big deal with Paramount Plus. And if you would think that they got more money to spend now, right? But no, they get that money, or whoever, right? Paramount or the UFC, whatever, they get the money and they want to keep it. So now they're going to make the product worse to keep more money. So there's more overhead for their corporate overlords. Good stuff, right? Fun stuff.
Because they can't just be content with like making a lot of money and having that bar graph just sort of like stay level. It has to just fucking skyrocket all the time, or otherwise they're like, oh my god, it's failing. And it's like, it's not. You're eating well and everyone's fucking warm. Just be happy with what you've got. But unless there's like continual growth, like permanently, they just like start panicking. And yeah, yep. It's a bad mentality.
They turn into McDonald's. So the burgers get smaller every year. And that's the thing. I've been watching long enough. I get that it's just silly pro wrestling, but there's so much content of it. And then people get lulled to sleep like, what's the big deal? I'll just get this app and this app and this and that and this package. And it's just like, well, it's just, to me, it's a slap in the head as a longtime older type fan of this type of stuff. It's just like, how about I just stop giving you money? All right. How about that? Because that's the only way you can do this. And then people go, what are you, poor? It's like, no, I could get all this stuff. Of course, it's just fucking some streaming apps and things, but I don't want to live in I don't want to have a whole bunch of subscriptions to everything and have to remember to shut them off or leave them on or whatever the case is. I want to own it. And I don't own any of this. Doing it this way, it's like in the air. I watch it, poof, it's gone. And it could be taken from me at any time for any reason. I don't have it. So why am I paying all this money every single month for the rest of my life? In perpetuity? As they say on, what's that show? Where Mark Cuban tries to steal everybody's businesses? The Sharks? In perpetuity. They want me in perpetuity to pay them for pro wrestling. No. I'll pay for this. I'll pay for that when I choose. I'm the chooser, not you. You see?
Yep, I would have been happy doing that with the WWE Network. When they had that for $9.99, they even made that big thing where they'd come out and get the crowd to say it back. They could have charged like $15 or even $20 a month and had Raw and SmackDown on it. And I would have happily paid that to watch Raw and SmackDown as and when they came on. And NXT as well, because that was fucking brilliant when it was just an hour. And NXT was fantastic. But I would have paid $20 or 20 quid a month, whatever, to have Raw and SmackDown live as it was. But instead, they were like, we'll give you a little bit of some of our stuff. We'll get like all these WWE original programs made, which some of them were all right. They would have been all right for Buffer if you had the other stuff. But when like NXT was the biggest thing they had on it, it's like, meh, I don't want to watch Raw and SmackDown that's a month old because you want to have this cake and to eat somebody else's and haul your two main products out to TV networks. You should have tried to set an example and be like, streaming is the way forward. We don't need to peddle our wares to TV anymore. If you want our stuff, come to us. And I honestly think a lot more people, I think, would have sort of like just put their hands in the pocket and paid a little bit more and had both the two main shows each month. And that network would have been fucking booming. They would have been making money off it, but they wouldn't have been making the Netflix money. And it's just, you know what I mean? And it's sad because they could have been happy. Their original fan base, their long-running fan base would have been happy. And you wouldn't have people that have been put off, like myself and like yourself, that are just like, they just want to badmouth it or goof on it and laugh at it now because it's just like a fucking parody of itself. It is the South Park episode where they take the piss out of wrestling. And at the time, I was like, hey, this is funny. I can see why they're saying this, but it's not that accurate. Whereas now it is. It's fucking spot on. And it's just, it should be laughed at. Not with.
Let's do it right now. Well, that's what I was doing the whole first era of the Dr. Huge show because it wasn't good. I had Seth Rollins 2015, one of the greatest runs I've seen in a long time. That's when he was like double champ and all this stuff. And he was the biggest weasel. And it was just great. He carried the show because there was so many injuries. Then you had 2016. I can't like tell you exactly what was happening, but I can just give you an overall feel. 2016, it was 17, 18, 19. 19 was the worst. Like almost like it was like they weren't even trying. They were like writing the show, I think sometimes leading up to the show, or it was getting real bad with that type of shit that the rumors were, which I believe because it seems so disjointed. But it was a lead up to that, basically, the ultimate shits. One of the worst pay-per-views was 2017 Backlash. It just sticks in my head. That thing sucked. I couldn't tell you what was going on, and I think Nia Jax became champion over Alexa Bliss, and it was just an awful pay-per-view all around. But it was either really, really boring and the same old shit, right? And then you would have some goofy over-the-top thing happen, or like Shane McMahon would show back up, right, for a little stint, and it'd be like, whoa! And remember that pop? That's one of the biggest pops I've ever heard in pro wrestling because it was a real like, oh my God, we haven't seen this guy for like over a decade. And he just randomly shows up. So
a legit surprise, like the Hardy Boys at Mania that I can't remember which year it was, but
Yeah.
when they do that, it's fucking great. But they can't resist just buying into and selling the hype for things in advance. They can't keep people to keep the gob shut about who's injured and who's not, and who signed this and who signed that. And the internet is really good for like getting in touch with people who don't live near you that have similar interests. But because there's so much sort of like opportunity for attention, even if it's not for money, but if you can get attention, just be like, oh, I know this thing that's about to happen before it happens. And it's like, well, now I'm not going to enjoy it, and you're not going to enjoy it when it happens because you already fucking know it's coming. It's just, yeah, that's on people as well. I'm not like wagging my finger at the internet because I love the internet. But it's just, sometimes you just need to stay away to be able to enjoy the things you like, because people like to spoil and people like to pretend they're part of something when they really just want the attention from letting the secrets out.
Yeah. And I had a famous Dabbleverse celebrity on this past Thursday, Mr. Jim Grindle, author, comedian, overall weirdo. But he, I had to like, explain kayfabe and a few things about wrestling because he knows of it, of course. Everybody knows pro wrestling. But he was like, well, kayfabe, right? Is it? And I'm like, kayfabe's dead. He's like, kayfabe's not a person, right? And I'm like, no, it's like we know what it is, of course. It's the storyline that they're trying to hide from everybody. But I'm saying, I was explaining why it's gone and how even when, of course, I know this as an analyst, that it's been gone for a long time, but you don't need to make shows about it and like beat a dead horse when it comes to this genre of entertainment. The whole foundation of it is to make people believe in some of it. You don't have to believe in all of it, but there's sometimes like there could be real heat between these people, this and that, right? I mean, we know that doesn't exist anymore, especially with these people. And if there is any problems, they usually deal with it like that because this is like a big corporation now. They probably have HR staffs and all this shit. They don't have the Undertaker over there going, we're going to Undertaker court. Right? Yeah, okay. Like nobody's going to be, they'll be like, yeah, okay, Undertaker, these days. We'll see you in Undertaker court in the fucking locker room. But, yeah, what do you think about that statement? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just riffing.
I get the interest in people wanting to know how the sausage is made, and some things it sort of like works. I don't know, cooking. You want to like cooking show. You want to see how somebody did that. But then when you've got things, just television entertainment in general. When you get like the little behind the scenes sort of like documentaries on DVDs and stuff, that was a nice healthy balance, because I don't think that sort of like ruined the escapism of your film if you watch a behind the scenes documentary thing after you've just watched the film. In the mid-90s, I remember over here we used to have it was like called Magic Uncovered or something like that, and it was like an hour-long show, and you'd have some guy with like, remember the Undertaker's grey mask? He wore something very similar to that, and he'd do like a Copperfield-style magic trick in front of like a crowd, and it's like, oh yeah, that's cool, but then he'd explain how it was done, and it's like, I can see why you're getting death threats from other people in your business now, because you are exposing...
Ask the Magician, right?
Yeah, that was it. Sorry, yeah, that was it. Yeah,
it was a masked wrestler too. Did you know about that?
What? There was a masked wrestler
as well, not the one I'm saying like the magic guy giving up all the wrestling magic tricks.
Yeah, right? I can't think of what his fucking name is, but yeah, I do know what you mean now. Yeah, and so things like that, it's like, well, you've actually ruined that. You ruined the whole experience with that particular type of entertainment or that topic or whatever it is, because you've shown too much. And sadly, wrestling falls into that. And people were like, oh, look, we can be taken as like a legitimate form of entertainment. Other people will see us as legitimate. And it's like, fuck them. If they don't see wrestling as legitimate entertainment, that's their fucking loss, their problem, whatever. But the people who do enjoy it don't need you to fucking make it worse for them. And that's what's happened now with the death of kayfabe. Some things it works, and WWE have just... It's one thing to just let you guys talk about stuff and not sort of like have that unspoken like rule of just nobody breaks it. But when WWE are putting out all this extra unreal stuff and the reality shows where you get to vote for who you're going to get to stay, and Tough Enough for me was a step too far, to be fair. And that was quite a while ago now. Because it just mirrored reality TV shows where they've just got the tables full of people who get to vote and judge and pretend to be Simon, and someone gets to be Simon Cowell because everyone else is nice, but then one guy's a proper dick, and it's just like you're following a formula now, and it's just not entertaining for me.
Yeah, and Tough Enough, those were good compared to the ones they got now with LFG and everything. That's what I'm saying. It's so watered down. Even if it was trash to begin with, it's now watered down trash that they're giving everybody. And I know I watched some of this LFG, and it has its moments where it's watchable. But again, I've been numbed to a lot of this too, because anything I'm consuming, almost anything, I have to really search to find cool music, cool like stuff. And it's very random, and it pops in like that Stuttering John stuff. I can get into the Dabbleverse stuff. I know that's stupid, of course, but it's just a very niche thing that I randomly found out there in the swamps, right? And compared to a lot of other things, it's a lot more entertaining, and they don't even really put that much effort into it. So in comparison, you got these multi-million-dollar companies giving a slop, but like very clean, nice produced slop with great commercial breaks, and you know, it's all buttoned up. But I think the Dabbleverse stuff is more interesting pro wrestling style. They got works going on all the time. Not everything's real going on over there, but they're not going to tell you. When you see behind the scenes of how I'm fucking everybody over and grifting for super chats. No, I want to see them just do it, right? Because I get it. I'm not a mark. I watched wrestling, so I now understand the world, right?
And more specifically, you watch Vince McMahon's wrestling.
Yes.
And the way he behaved also taught us quite a lot about how other shitheads in the world fucking behave. It's scary how much I'm like, oh, it's a good job I watched wrestling because Vince McMahon taught me that. But yeah, the thing with, like you're saying with the Dabbleverse, it's got the DIY element to it as well. It's not overproduced. It does have a bit of a sort of like raw edge to it, even if it is like all a fucking work. It's not just like here's multi-million-dollar studios, and like even someone like Alex Jones, look at where he started, and Joe Rogan, they've got like just massive studios now, and it's just like it doesn't feel the same because it looks too polished and it sounds too polished, and whether you think it's a plant or not, you sort of like you can't watch that and sort of like get caught up in the same sort of way, like god damn, I'm in my basement, everybody, and they're coming to get me, and it's just like look at the nice big fancy studio, I fucking made it somehow. And it's just like, yeah, it's not the same.
My thing is the fighter and the kid, right? I'm not trashing you. Don't come out. Don't shut my channel down. I don't want to lose my channel, Brendan. But those two guys, or any podcast like that, and there are many of them. Many of them are like comedy podcasts. And I'm telling, as soon as I see guys and big chairs, and you can tell it's like a makeshift, you know, it's almost like a sitcom set. Like where they got their own, everybody's got their own version of their living room that everybody's acting in, right? And it's just like, well, you know, that's stupid. You know, I think that's stupid. You got a globe over here, you got this right there, you got your little energy drinks all the time, which is like terrible for everybody. So you're like sponsoring horse shit, your show's horse shit. You really don't have anything to talk about. Like, I know we focus on pro wrestling, right? I mean, even if we're not even watching it a whole lot lately because it stinks, you know, I'm keeping up with it at least in the news and the happenings out here. For example, the Janelle Grant situation. Remind me to speak on this in a moment, but to finish up with the Brendan Schaub podcasts and things, like, how the hell are you doing it? They must have botted views. I'm not saying you do. In a boxing ring, you have botted views, and that's everybody must, because, you know, people try to goof on me because of my views. You just fucking wait. Just wait, because they're moving. We're going up, and we're doing it organically, and it's slow as fuck until you reach like 1,000, and then it starts like banging them out, right? So this first 500 is going to be rough. The second 500 will be a little bit better. But, after that 1K, we'll be killing it over here. So that's the plan, and I'm sticking to it, Danny.
No,
Yep.
You do right. And just try not to stress and dwell on it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just have fun and amuse yourself. And it's the South Park and Monty Python philosophy I see. It's just like, just try and entertain yourself. And when other people who find your amusement amusing, they'll fucking gather round. And, a lot of people like badmouth Monty Python and a lot of people badmouth South Park. But once people with that same sort of like humor who did actually exist, sort of like it ended up being successful, but they didn't fucking care. They were just like, we're just ribbing each other and just like amusing ourselves, see what happens.
Yep.
And that was like television, so you didn't have the glory of the internet where you're just going to get anybody able to tune in.
Hold on. I think somebody's here. I got to check this out. Be right back. Go ahead. Tell the people about what we're going to talk about next. Masters of the Universe.
Oh, not bloody more. Right, so talentless fucking hacks have decided that, we're going to dig up an IP that people sort of like have also been shagging whilst like then putting it back in the ground. Because Kevin Smith had a go, that former tubby thing that now looks like Droopy Dog's like in rehab, and all he does is cry to sort of like make people think he's nice, but he's a bit of a bell end. It was originally sort of like one of the outcasts, but it's been welcomed to the cool kids table, and he'll just fucking say and do whatever they want. But anyway, he tried to fucking do some He-Man stuff, and now someone else is doing some He-Man stuff. And it looks fucking dire, absolute dire. If you want to enjoy He-Man, actually, there's a cool little tabletop minigame, Masters of the Universe Battlegrounds, which I know quite a few people have played. The miniatures for it are really good. That's if you like tabletop gaming. But yeah, that's a nice way to sort of like keep a bit of He-Man nostalgia going without having to watch terrible fucking Hollywood adaptations and skin suits. There you go. You can say nice things about it now. I'm assuming you're not going to, but
I just watched the trailer. I think I have zero expectations of anything now. Like, I don't have any excitement for it. I remember when the first Spider-Man came out, it was like, whoa. When even Blade came out before that, it was just like amazing. The Matrix, there'd be movies coming out and you're like, I can't wait to see this. The last movie I think I saw that was a comic book movie in the theater, I think it was the last Avengers. And it was long and it was boring. So,
but that last fight scene, that's what you were waiting for. You waited like 3 hours for it, and then it's like, it's here now, and then it's like, that wasn't quite as impactful and awesome as I was expecting, because I just waited all this time.
Could have been cool if I was like 8, and I was waiting for those type of movies when I was a kid. I was always like, why, they just made Batman. Why can't you go make Spider-Man, go make this, go make that? And the studios were like, not until you're an adult and you don't care as much. And I went, oh, okay. But that's when they started doing it. And I've been watching them. And, some of them are better than others, of course. Again, it's just, I don't know if it's the nostalgia thing now. I think the Blade movie was amazing. It was a rated R movie. Come on. We can't get
Blade was good.
We can't get a new Punisher rated R movie with whatever his face is from The Walking Dead, from Shane. That's how I know him. Yeah.
I like that first Punisher. Not the first one, because that first one was who was in that? The very first one that was in like the 80s.
I love that.
But
one.
it was Dolph Lundgren, yeah, because he was in He-Man as well. But yeah, the one with Frank Jane, I think his name was. I liked that, and Kevin Nash was in that. That scene with him and Kevin Nash smashing each other through the walls, and I didn't mind that much.
Not a great movie. I'll even give you that. I liked it. I saw it in the movie theater and all this, but I just knew it was like John Travolta. Like, do you even remember him in it? It was just a bad villain to have in that movie. Like, why would you have fucking John Travolta? Who was he even? Like, huh? Out of all the Punishers, all the villains you could have used, I don't know. It's crazy.
But the use of the Punisher, I thought, was good because it wasn't too superhero-y for like Hollywood. It was kind of grounded because there's no like supernatural sort of like powers and things like that. So I thought that worked well, and it wasn't sort of like as obviously like, yeah, we're really trying to force this new sort of like trend of superhero sort of films coming in where we're completely over our fucking heads and it looks awful because we're trying to get like realistic looking people doing very unrealistic looking things. Flying with Christopher Reeves and like the laser eyes and things like that as Superman was one thing. But then when you've just got everyone with really silly power, not silly, but you know what I mean, like really unrealistic powers, it's like, it kind of like doesn't keep you in that sort of like escapist bubble. But I thought The Punisher was good that way because it was pretty realistic. It didn't have to do anything fancy.
Yeah,
just guns and explosions.
I'm a street level guy when it comes to the comic books. That's what I tell everybody. With the movies, with all, it's always way better because the villains can get really strong, but it's still based in reality somewhat, you know, even though they can get crazy. When you start like flying around and, you know, it starts to get to that point, like, it's like, okay, you know, like, what are we going to do with this now? Like, people are going to be fighting through buildings and shit. It's like, I can't relate to that, punching somebody through a building, you know, but whatever. Or taking a punch, right? And smashing into earth, leaving a crater or something. I'm like, all right. Yep. Never happened to me. Will never happen to me. I'd be dead. But not this guy.
Leave it on the comic book pages or animation. That's why it's like one of the reasons I get upset with fucking anime being made live action. It's like there's a reason most anime is chosen to be anime. It's because it's unrealistic. But when you look at it on manga or in anime or animation format, it works because it's not real people and you don't get detached from what you're trying to sort of like enjoy. But then when they do it live action style, it's like, it's just, yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. You can spend all the fucking money on special effects, which somehow have got worse in the last sort of like 5 years. Some of the Star Wars and like Marvel and DC stuff, it's like, are we back in the 90s or something with some of these special effects? What the fuck's going on? People online on YouTube make better jobs of this, just like in the bedroom. But these big studios sort of like can't give you like really super, actually nicer, better CGI.
Video games totally went backwards. And they're trying to keep up with it, buying all these systems and the memory. Everybody's worried about the memory now because AI's around soaking it all up, right? Is buying up all the something or others. You know me and being a PC genius over here.
It's the RAM. That's what it is. It's sticks of RAM are like one of the most expensive parts of a computer now. Where at one point they were like one of the cheapest parts. But everyone just wants AI, and I think PlayStation are going to put like 10 fucking RAM chips in their next console or something. So they're doing their part to and then they'll just bang a couple of $100 onto it, and then round it up to the next 100.
Won't that make your bill, like your electric bill, just go crazy, or does it not? I don't know because I'm not in that world.
It'll still be fucking draining. Yeah, it'll still be working hard. But yeah, everyone's making AI requests all the time, so the servers, wherever they are just working harder and harder and harder, and they need to have better machines there. So then they're buying up all the chips, and those resources are starting to get, not run out, but it's a noticeable dent in what they normally sort of like churn out.
What do you think? They're gonna the AI is gonna drink all the water in the world? That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, well, maybe. There's going to be more. I think a few AI places have like gone bust, so it might even itself out in 5 years or so, but it depends because Sony and Nintendo and anyone that has sort of like consoles and that are just feeding these companies. You and me maybe can't afford to buy them to build our next PC because they're too expensive. So all these AI companies and big tech companies are still going to be buying them. So they're still going to get sold, but just not to us. And we're going to have to go back to like Windows 3.11 and stuff, which I personally think we should be humbled with it a bit. Anyone that uses the internet should have to have like a trial period where you get like 6 months of dial-up and you have to listen to...
Yes, everybody must go through this.
Yeah. So you appreciate the fucking internet, not just, I'm going to smash my smartphone and get food brought to my face, because it's just like, what do you appreciate? Nothing. you don't appreciate trying to look at some boobies on the internet and seeing it slowly just come down and then stop because it's like, oh no, someone picked up the phone to make a call. That's no good.
Isn't it crazy how they got everybody delivering food, like basically because of the event, we'll call it, in 2020. They just go, you do this now. And everybody's like, yep, we do that now.
Here's this thing we're just gonna fucking just slap it into existence. Yeah, it was very quick.
Unbelievable stuff. Yeah, I'm crazy. I should just be going along with it, I guess, right? So I'm not crazy, stupid, bald. So, my hot take on He-Man isn't very hot. It's pretty much, the only thing I can say about it, that I don't know what this him business, that he had on his desk. So I don't know if this is like they're goofing on the woke. I don't like either way. I don't want you goofing on the woke. I don't want the woke in there. I don't want any of that shit around in a movie. You see, I don't want any social issues being talked about or anything. I want He-Man shit. Okay, I want masters of the universe, not masters of the fucking social issues. You understand?
Yeah.
So, I don't know if it's like that yet. I think the CGI, again, like with everything else, is not the greatest. Okay. Everything should be so much better in my mind because late 2000s and the early 2010s, pretty banging. We kept getting updates and everything was looking fresher and cleaner like every year, and then it kind of fell off, and now everything's going backwards. But He-Man is too small. He-Man is supposed to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Conan the Barbarian. At minimal. Dolph Lundgren pulled it off because he's just a ginormous man. And I think it worked for him. I mean, did the movie work? I don't know. I watched it a million times, but I don't know if it worked for the adults or whatever at the time. But that's what I would say about this He-Man. He's a little too skinny for my liking. Huge muscles.
But they really want to push him, so fuck your IP, fuck the thing that you like, and just deal with it. Eat, consume, and wait for the next product. They know what they want to achieve from this film, and they'll make that happen. And they'll hope that your nostalgia sort of like pikes your interest enough to go and see it, and then this guy will become a household name. And yeah, it's shit. I'm not interested in it. And I liked He-Man when I was a kid. I liked the Dolph Lundgren version when I was a kid. And when you just popped away, then I was talking. There's a tabletop game out now called Masters of the Universe Battleground, which I've seen a few friends play, and some of the minis for that are really nice, and you get all different factions of all the different beast hordes and stuff, and that's really cool. If you want to scratch that nostalgic itch, go nuts. You don't need to make a film. But they want to put their actors over, they want to put the directors over, they want to put all 6,000 fucking useless writers over who can't write something from scratch, so they've just gone, let's get He-Man and let's put him in the real world. Let's put him on Earth, because that doesn't take any creativity. We already know what Earth looks like. And it's like, no, just keep it in Eternia. As far as I remember, all of He-Man's fucking past and that lot was in Eternia. And, use your imagination. You can make this big, fantastical fucking world, but instead what do? You put it on Earth, and you make, like you said, societal issues, and it's just like, we don't need to know about that. We don't fucking need to know about that. You can still be political. Look at Star Wars. Star Wars is political. Yeah, it's not on Earth. They have their own little analogies for stuff and sort of like little secret bit, not so much anymore, but it used to be a bit more subtle. Whereas now we just can't do that. It's like, oh yeah, let's just take He-Man and just put him in. Wouldn't it be funny if you just put him on everyday Earth, like one of us? And there'll be loads of self-inserts. There's just be loads of little in-jokes for them. And these people don't like the comics and TV show, the comics and games and stuff. They fucking butcher. They are just using it as a platform to get stuff out, make some money, and promote themselves for their next big thing. And like I've said for a while, we shouldn't fucking stand for it. But people fall for nostalgia. Because, I don't know if you're aware of this, as nostalgia was originally a sickness. Doctors diagnosed it as a sickness because it's things people used to get when they're in the war. They used to see a house or a little village that reminded them of home, and they'd get a bit a bit melancholy and sad because it's like, oh yeah, I remember home, and so nostalgia isn't always necessarily a good thing. It was originally seen as like a fucking illness, but now we just use it as a way to fucking just lure people in and just sell stuff, and we just gobble it up, sadly, because it's simple and comforting. It's like junk food.
Yeah, as you can see. But who wouldn't want Bray Wyatt figures? I was just ahead of my time, I guess. I mean, R.I.P. Bray Wyatt, but man, I mean, these things should be millions by now, right? I looked it up. It's still not very much. They print so many of everything, right? Yeah. But hey, I still want them, so not selling them. Got my Luke Harper back there. Can't believe that was random too. It's almost like something like Eric Rowan. Watch out, bro. What the fuck? Seriously, like 2 out of 3 guys that are like in their 30s, just like.
Yeah, Luke Harper was a surprise. I'm not slagging off Bray, but it was a heavier fella, and if you got like, he obviously was healthy to a degree, but also when you're that husky and you're like throwing, sorry, that was funny, and throwing yourself around, taking bumps and stuff, it's like, that's maybe not going to be like the best sort of like long-term strategy. If you're going to have like a physically demanding job like that, where you're getting beaten up all the time, or you're having to like run and exert energy, you might want to try and be as fit as possible. And yeah, some fat people live for a while in wrestling, but
time where people were taking experiments, Everybody's take experiments if they want to work.
I'm just saying in general as well, though. When you look at Harper and Wyatt, it's like
Harper's more like crazy to me because of just like what it was just like he had an illness and he died, and then Bray Wyatt, it's just like I'm expecting it. We had a tsunami of celebrities just pass away. And I was just supposed to not notice and go, oh, well, everybody dies every day, right? What's the big deal? That's what I was told over and like every day for like 2 years and continue to be told this. So got it.
But yeah, Harper was one of those that you'd sort of like lump in with like NFL players where you're like, look at that. He's a big fucking fit, solid lad. And Bray's obviously a big guy as well, but you'd be like, it's a bit round and he's maybe not. If you didn't know he was a wrestler, you'd be like, maybe he doesn't sort of like eat the best or something. He's not got his health sort of like as a priority. But yeah, Harper and a lot of these like sports, but there's a lot of soccer players over here, that sort of thing, and they're like young and fit and skinny. A lot of them, they're not even like units. Where you'd be like, maybe the weight sort of like contributed to like heart problems or something.
LeBron James' kid had a fucking heart attack.
Really? I didn't know that.
That was the story. That was before he got in the league when he was like 18 or 19 or something.
Christ.
And he's in the NBA now, of course, because LeBron brought him into the NBA because everything's fake and stupid. So, more on that later. But I don't even know if I can play this Janelle Grant thing. I'm going to try to look for it, but let's just go to the screen and check out the Twitter scene here for a minute, but we'll eventually get to it. I don't know if I should be even playing the video. I don't want to lose my channel, not to Janelle Grant, but I watched it yesterday and I felt like I was just listening to a lot of like lawyer speech. It was a lawyer speech, basically. It was a lot of words and none of it seemed to make any sense to anybody that, like, you're talking to the people, why? And it's either the people seem to be dug in one way or another. You got the people that have read what's going on in the court case, and they're like, instant, there's nothing. It was all consensual. Like, that's it. And then you got the people that seem to be more like they don't know what's going on. They didn't read it, and they're just believe all the women's. So, but anyway, hold on. Let me bring this page up. Right here. Well, first we're gonna have to watch this. Gotta have to, because I do report on some things. Dabbleverse, get liking and subscribing right now. Share this to everybody. All the people on X, YouTube, Kick. Come over to YouTube. Got a bunch of audio podcast shorts, all kinds of shit here. Just subscribe to the channel, and it's free. Holy mackerel! We're gonna watch Karmic Electric, I almost called it.
I forgot that you do audio versions, and I went to listen to it. I had to watch another podcast of yours the other day, and I'm like, why is the still image? Why is the screen frozen? And then I was like, you idiot! He just fucking audio only. It took me like a minute or so to be
People
like,
have yelled at me in the comments, like, "What the hell is this?" Like, it's the audio version. They're like, "I thought you were live." I'm like, "It's not just. I don't just do lives. I'm putting out podcasts and putting out all this stuff, right?"
I thought my laptop was being screwy.
But of course, I can't play the music. Michael Jackson, of course, who we need to talk about again. This Michael Jackson stuff keeps popping up, and the evidence again is telling me I'm right. I'm right. I don't that he was framed, he was murdered, all this stuff in a boxing ring. More on that later. Let's watch Karmic dance to one of his favorites as well. Look at him. Look at this. Look at this. He does this on his live too.
Yeah.
He'll dance like this in his chair. He makes AI disco music. What do you think of this?
Booby ladies, with big booby ladies all the time. Yeah, I've seen his show before. Yeah, he has his own AI sort of like albums and music videos, and I don't know. Some people just don't need to have cameras in like the care home all the time, do they? We don't need to see that shit, and just turn it off and just get on with your life. Yeah, it's a bit much.
So,
but people will throw money at him just because they want to see him act like a tit. So
yeah,
I can see why he keeps going.
Call a lol cow, right?
Yeah.
So he's lolling it up here. I mean, I'm not really partaking in karmic chats and things, but he does seem to have a lot of haters over there, and that just must stink. That like your whole chat or half your chat or whatever is just sending you chats to hate you. And I heard he's having a problem with his super tips, Danny. And this is why I don't have anything against the system. I just don't like that there are certain people involved that like to puppeteer with these things. I don't like to be puppeteered. I like to do whatever I want, right? So maybe I got to set up my own super tip system. Maybe I'll do that, right? That's the new cool thing to do, is steal everybody else's ideas. But he's on the super tip system, and I think he was just excommunicated out of the church.
Right.
So he was taking it hard the other day, saying, almost crying again and all this. Shout out to you, Karmic. You can come on here and yell a bunch. I'll allow it. Yell at me. Do whatever you want. Oh, look at this. We got Britt Baker over here. Hosting the IWSP.
Feeling great. It's cold, but I'm okay.
Good enough to get back into wrestling.
Is she still with AEW?
Yeah, maybe.
Christ.
Technically, yes. She's still with AEW. Can you hear this?
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure for the audience.
Hearing about this for so long, it's been like a carrot over a string. What do you want to tell the fans who are waiting to see you come back to possibly AEW or somewhere else and see you just wrestle?
I just love that the fans are still talking about me. So keep the chatter up, because I love it, and just stay tuned.
Are you retired?
I would not say I'm retired. No.
Okay, but are you still doing dentist?
So not retired. Just being held hostage again by your boy Tony Khan, right? Wink, wink. Was that there's still more, and I think she speaks on being a dentist, and she doesn't do it so much anymore because of the story we talked about. That was like 6 months ago or so. So yeah.
Not full time anymore. As much as I love the wrestling fans, they're a little passionate, sometimes for their own good and for my own safety. And it got a little carried away sometimes with some scary wrestling fans wanting to come kill me because I'm a bad guy.
Okay. Well, listen, you look great.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I think she's referring to her work. People they were trying to get appointments with her. They're trying to just go in there and basically harass her because, she's bad guy, right? In real life.
Fucking idiots.
Crazy stuff. I love this picture. That's a great one. what's his name? Cobb. Jeff Cobb right there. I still don't know the new one. Look at this one. You like that picture? That's Tamatonga. Of course, that's Jess's fault. The Slee said he might join us sometime. What is this? What are you saying now, MVP? AEW star MVP airs out his gripes regarding an infamous build-up for Triple H versus Booker T at WWE WrestleMania 19. I remember that. And he says it was overtly racist. And honestly, I will give him this. And this is probably a news story because I think everybody has a podcast. So he was either asked about it or brought it up as a point of topic because it was over the top at the time. I remember being a lot younger, obviously, and the whole build up to it and me knowing wrestling my whole life was like, oh, okay, Booker T should get over here. He should. After all this shit talking, but nope. Triple H came out with the old fucking shovel over here. Where are you, Triple H? How is this?
But that's par for the course for Triple H to just bury people. If he'd have treated him differently, then that would have been proof of him treating him differently.
Yeah, I guess.
Would it not? Would it not? So he treated him like he treats everybody else by just burying him. So.
But he like buried him racially in a promo, then beat him. And it's like, huh?
What was the racial? He made a dig about,
you should promo back. You'll be like, oh.
It was just about carrying bags, wasn't it? And it wasn't necessarily racially fucking motivated. It's just like, yeah, that's what the young boys do. They've got to.
Yeah, I couldn't give you a line or anything, but I
remember the bag comment. I can't remember bag comment. But surely,
I just remember at the time being like, bro, like what the fuck? Like that's being a bad. I get he was being a bad.
He was a heel, yeah. Surely Booker T knew what was going to be said, or sort of like had signed off on something. It was like, yeah, man, that'll make you look like a prick, and that'll make me look sympathetic.
It was Booker T's time, and it just showed me anyway that I'm like, they're just not doing black champions here. Because The Rock's not the Rock's Samoan. Come on, I mean he's mixed and all the rest. He's not the first black. Like even if it was me, I'll put myself in that category. If I won the championship at WWE, I'm not the first black champion. Like let's give it to like a real black man, Obafemi or some shit. You know what I mean? That's all. Like if you're gonna do the whole first angle, that could have been Booker T. It could have been, but I think Triple H politic backstage. It just felt like that was happening for months. The whole lead up. I don't even remember the storylines or anything. I just remember that Booker T was supposed to beat Triple H, and when he lost, I was shocked. And I was kind of like, holy shit! Like that's fucked up. You know what I mean?
I know, I agree with you, but again, Triple H just beat everybody. That was the point. That's why everybody hated him. It should have been RVD's time, but he buried RVD. You know what I mean? I get what you're
saying, yeah.
So it's just like, did he bury him because he was black, or did he just bury him because it's Triple H and he just fucking buries everybody because he didn't want anybody else to have his spot? I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibilities, but it's just, I don't know. It's Triple H, and he fucking buried everybody, and that's what made him so infuriating. Jeff Jarrett did the same thing in early days of TNA, and he just like, for God's sake, just give someone else the fucking belt. We're sick of seeing you. But it made you watch to try and see if someone was going to take the belt off him.
Rib shot in the building. Yeah, he said it was like something like people like you don't get over or something. Yeah. It was something like that where it was, seemed like in kayfabe. But then again, this is Triple H. How many kayfabe racist things are you gonna do? Is that all you? Again, what are you, fucking Gino Bisconte of the WWE? Is that your? I get the suckets and all this stuff, but it's just I think at that time that was Booker's to win, and that's me speaking. I'm totally unbiased with all of this. It just seemed like the right thing to do at the time, but for that fucking Triple H, he got another one. He screwed.
Didn't that come after Stone Cold and Booker T's feud?
I can't remember.
I'm sure Booker T was so sort of like popular because of WCW, but then Vince's impression of WCW was even their top stars, whether you were fucking purple or polka dot or whatever, their top stars were still only like lower mid card WWE talent thing. You know what I mean? And when Booker T had that feud with Stone Cold and they did the Hey Buck Got Milk and all that lot, that fucking got a lot of a lot of good sort of like publicity for Booker T in the WWE.
Oh, Booker T, but Book. There's no offense to Book, but he plays. You can tell he's playing ball, and he's been playing ball. He used the. It's like, of course, this shit all existed right back then, and there are glass ceilings for certain people that look certain ways. And he obviously had the talent to reach these things, even in WCW, which you would, I'm not saying everything has a racist overtone. Everybody's racist and all. I'm not one of these people, but I'm just, I think this is just being real about it. Like, I think that's what the situation is that Booker T is kind of the way he even talks about Triple H now, and the way he talks about, basically everybody. He's kissing everybody's ass on the podcast. Like, he's playing the game, right? To me. And so I think they know that they were cool with Book as far as that, but he was never going to get to the top of the mountain because it was true. Whatever in kayfabe, what your type of people, you don't get to do this. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case was. But it was basically that. Like, you guys, you don't get to be the top guy or whatever. You carry the bags. You do whatever. And it's like, oh, shit. Because it's true. Yeah. If Kofi Kingston is your first fucking black champion ever, that's outrageous. It's not even like Ron Simmons, at least in 93 or something, became a champion. Like, that was in the low days, and then Booker T after and that's why people make all these big deals out of this stuff, like the women's revolution, the first time for this, and it's like, for me, it's kind of old. It's like everybody's people, just fucking do it. Like, if somebody's over, just give them the belt. And that was Triple H or Booker T's time. Triple H stole it from him, and people feeling some kind of way about it racially makes sense because of the way they set it up, right?
But if they'd had Booker T as the heel, and he was like been dastardly in his matches, and he won because of cheating, do you not think people would also be like, hey, come on now, just because he's black, that doesn't mean he's the bad guy and he needs to cheat. Do you know what I mean? It's like, right. I think people are just argue either way. He wasn't champ at
that time. He never reached that point yet. That was many years after. And so before that, with the context, it's like, well, it's true.
Was that before or after he pretended to be Jamaican? Whilst also kind of sort of like, whilst also sort of like be preaching about being honest with yourself and not, do you know what I mean? It's people will politic on either side of this, and there are better people that could have been champion than Kofi Kingston for like the first time ever, and that. Like, I completely agree with that. But when Kofi gopped off about shit like that, it's like, fuck off. You used to pretend to be Jamaican to get onto the main roster or for your initial run or whatever, and then you just drop that, and it's just like, oh yeah, this is fine behavior. And it's like, well, what does it matter what part of the world you're pretending? Do you know what I mean? It's just you're still pretending to be something you're not.
And now you got Obafemi. They both do that now. And you got even Gunther does it. Like, he's putting on the European version of that.
I didn't see I haven't seen Obafemi do it, but yeah, I do remember Apollo Crews just all of a sudden became really African, didn't he? Mm-hmm. With his accent, and
I didn't know this. I had to be told by Jess and the Sleaze a few weeks ago. That's not Obafemi's real voice. I was like, what? I'm like, he's doing an awfully good job, and of course, it would have been ruined if I heard him ever before that, but I never will because I'm never going to look for that. I like to believe that these things are real, and in fact, like I said last time, I think Gunther and Obafemi should trade their ass.
Yeah, that'd pop some people's heads. What about Omos? Is that his real voice?
I think that's his just real voice.
Oh dear.
He was the same Raw Underground. He was the doorman at Raw Underground. Remember that?
Yeah. And then he was the giant ninja with Tozawa's fucking ninja clan.
Great. I totally forgot about that one. I would have never remembered that.
Yeah, it's fucking 8-foot ninja. Like, what? Tozawa's like 4 foot something, and
Mhm.
You've got an 8-foot ninja.
Yeah, nobody will see him coming, that's for sure. And oh my God. And have I watched his car crash sound? Who were we talking about? Vince McMahon was a kayfabe racist. And have you watched his car crash sound? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. I watch everything Vince McMahon.
Oh yeah, he bumped his Bentley or his Mercedes or whatever he's got a bit ago, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. I'm just leaving Kiana so we can look at her more.
James, USA fans,
No,
are you ready?
We want to see Kiana James.
Hello, USA Network fans. It's WWE.
We can't do the music though. Why do they put music behind everything? I hate. You're trying to promote here. Let's go. Anyway, yep. She was number 2 on the list, Danny. I don't know if you know. Hottest chick ever. I don't know. Something with her. Something with Bobby Rayburn. You know, the baseball player.
Right.
What else we got? Great memes. There you go. Let's see what Strickland has to say about the Guthrie verse. We're all stuck in the Guthrie verse.
Who do you think has
yeah.
Nancy Guthrie? Where do you think she is? You know who that is?
Fuck, dude, I don't give a fuck, dude. I mean, I don't know. I know the gun shop owner that fucking gave him the list of gun purchases. FBI, fuck that guy. He's like Armor Bear or some shit, dude. Like, you fucking traitor, you fucking commie. That fucker needs to go out of business. It's crazy. Giving names to the government, the bad guy. You don't know much about that Canadian, but you probably support that shit. But yeah, dude, I don't fucking know, man. I mean, it's like, who cares?
Do you think it's weird that people care? Because that's one thing that people are talking about. Why does everybody care about this lady?
Well, she's famous. You guys don't understand. We're better than you guys. You know, it's like, well, I'm better than you guys. Like, something happens to me. Well, not me, because people hate me, and I'm the white right side. But like, you know, famous people are better than you guys. I'm sorry, it's weird, man.
I mean, is that not the truth?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not with the way how he's uses no tact, 0.0 tact. He's gonna blurt out what he thinks. Do I disagree with everything he's saying? If you can take the emotion out of it and just listen to the regular words and not the slurs and stuff, then yeah, it's like he's playing. I feel like this isn't necessarily a character. He says this is just me, and it could be, but he's like unleashing himself in this pro wrestling way of amping himself up, his personality up, to then get a reaction because he talks, oh, I don't get the Nike deals, I don't get this or whatever. What you're doing though is you're branding yourself for this future and present day way of, again, doing the PR stuff. We're talking mac and cheese again in the middle of the Tonight Show 25 years ago, Danny, you know what I mean? And This is where we've gotten to, where people are now creating characters, love them, hate them, heel. Like he said, people would hate that I'm, around. People want to see fighters lose. They want to see them win. He just happens to be the heel. He's playing into it. What do you think of that? I think he's doing his part as far as the Matrix goes with all this.
Yeah, he knows that people are sick of like listening to like delicately crafted sentences all the time and people not wanting to offend anybody, and he knows that there's a market for just being this abrupt and this blunt, and he knows that people. I'm sorry, Ribshot said he crashed his car yesterday. There's a video of it all. Yeah, I didn't know that.
You don't have to read it if I put it up. I'll ask you to read it if anything, but yeah, not to stop your flow here. I had to see this. I'm like, wait, what?
But yeah, I'm all up for his free speech. If I don't think he should be like silenced or anything. Like some people are calling for Paramount to like cancel him and bollocks to that. Even if he's saying horrible things, as long as he's not threatening to do stuff to people, let him speak. He'll make a tit of himself, or he'll win you over, one or somewhere in the middle. So. But yeah, a lot of stuff he's saying is true. He's just been very sort of like on the nose with it, and he's adding extra little bits in there that people will find offensive or they'll find amusing because it's refreshing to hear somebody speaking their mind and not giving a fuck. And to me, I found his other clip quite funny as well, the one where he was talking about Rousey.
I can't even play that one.
No.
Let's finish this one. Like, I'll lose my fucking channel if I play that clip. But yeah, that's how hard he's going on all this stuff. Like I said, just throwing out slurs and this, that. And I get it. Listen, when you have one reaction one way, you're going to get a counter reaction to that is just as great or greater. And you're coming into the day and age where everybody's tired of being told what the fuck to say and how to act, and don't be racist, and don't make fun of fat people, don't make fun of bald people, and don't do this. Do all of it. I don't really care. Let's see your true colors. Yeah. But then again, you also have to know that this is a pendulum type of thing, and we're swinging hard one way, and then we swing hard the next way. And then in the meantime, everybody's bickering and fighting about literally playground type shit, and we're just getting owned and robbed by the likes of Cheeto Man, Deadhead Bryden, and all the rest. They're all the same. They all work for the same fucking crooked company, right? But I digress. Let's hear more from.
He has always been like this, hasn't he? Though, just he's always been
up. He's amped it up. Right. He even said himself, he's like, I tried to play along. I wanted to be like GSP, and GSP have the contracts and the, you know, the Nike deals and stuff. But he said, once I figured out nobody really cared or liked me or anything. It's the same thing with, what's his name? That's in the Real American Wrestling League there on Fox News or whatever with Colby Covington. You know, he created a whole pro wrestling persona. Everybody hates him. But he's making money from it, and he continues to get work from it. So, all right, Sean, go ahead. Offend everybody.
No, I think it's, you know, it's like, again, it's like you want people to give a fuck, you know, make it an attractive blonde girl, and like everybody gives a fuck. Everybody gives a fuck. You get little LaQuisha down in Compton gets kidnapped, or fucking Detroit. No one gives a fuck. I don't know, man. It's just.
That's the truth. And I've said that for a million years. It's almost to the point where it's comical around here, Danny, where, you know, I just hear of all this horrendous shit happening, right? But it's either poor people or people of color or whatever that live in bad areas, and then a blonde chick, something happens to her, and it's like the whole country almost shuts down. It's like that's the only story, and they just hammer you with blonde chick was kidnapped or stabbed or this or that, and then people want to make it all political and then push it into all these different areas. But it's like mainstream #1 trending on the Twitter news. And in the meantime, you could literally be a little girl somewhere, be kidnapped. Everybody, the community knows about it, and nobody they're like, we can't make a story out of this. You got to be blonde. You got to be a white blonde lady anybody. So that's what set off alarm bells. Once they started doing the Guthrieverse thing, I was like, oh, it's because of the files, right? It's because of the island stuff. That's why we're focusing on a older woman. Sure, she's got a daughter that's blonde and is on TV and things, but then all that makes me even more suspicious to all of this. So, of course, what he's talking about and what he's going to say about this, I'm kind of with, because it's like, at this point, who cares? If you don't get what the fucking media is up to and how they all have scripts and everything, like, you're way late to this game. So what do you think, Danny? Am I correct on my statements here?
Yeah, I think it switches with like regions though, because I mean, over here we've got the current sort of like, I don't know if you know about the grape gang scandal. We've had hearings for the last month now, so I think it varies, possibly because of the pendulum swinging. We got sick of hearing about the little white blonde kids or whatever over here now, so now it's just like, oh, we don't want to report on that because we're going to hide that, and we don't want to protect a different group of people. So yeah, like I say, I agree with what you say.
It's funny how they use the same tactics, but then they flip it for certain areas,
and then gaslight you like it never happened. Like it doesn't happen, and it's just like, oh no, you're just mistaken. It's just, yeah, that's not what it was. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's got people talking, hasn't he? And these topics are going to be mentioned more, and yeah, like I say, I'm familiar with Strickland, but I don't follow him like religiously to know if he has amped up his behaviour in recent times. But it does seem like it does seem like he's trying to be provocative. I'll definitely give you that.
I get the act. You know what I mean? That's why it's like you got to treat certain people like when they start doing pro wrestling. Just don't think that's really, this is 100% authentic. He's like being authentic and he's turning it up. But I don't, take it for what it is what I'm saying.
Like, the information that we get is like pre-packaged and fed to you, right? All these big like current affairs that happen, like we don't give a fuck, but it's like it's just being fed to you. It's being fed to you. You can't help but to care because it's like you open up your phone and like, oh man, you see this fucking old bitch who's been kidnapped. Like it's just like your thoughts are not your own thoughts. And the moment you realize that and you understand that like everything you believe is just like fucking prepackaged and fucking implanted in your brain, you give way less fuck.
Yeah, I'm with that. Like he gets it, but he doesn't really send out the message all that well. Oh, there you go, coach. There you go. Shout out to Wrestling Views. What are we saying? Does Kiana get a spot in the chamber or what? She does. Spoiler alert. She does because, she can wrestle and she looks like this, Danny. One of the best in the world. I just hear you breathing.
Exhaling through my nostrils.
You like this? There was a guitar coffin match, guitar case casket match. Yep, that happened.
Elijah and Mustafa Ali. Oh, let me quickly rush over to whatever fucking network that's on tonight.
And watching chicks work out. Hank Aaron, Zumach. Yep, Tom Hanks Illuminati stuff. Yeah, Rambo toys. I think that's it for this the stuff here. Yep. And I'll tell you, I don't trust any politicians, but if everybody hates Thomas Massey, then that's cool to me. I like that. Keep hating him, and I'll probably like him. You understand? You get it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's next here? Let me bring up. Do you want to do a little dabbling? You got to go anytime soon?
Nope, I'm in no rush.
All right, let's bring up some. Oh, I got to get rid of this first. Huh? How do I do things? All right, I'll do this. Fuck, I just got rid of the thing I wanted. Man, I'm so good at this. All right, we're going to watch Stuttering John go on Backyard Boys. BYB, great subscribers of the channel. They refuse to follow me back on Twitter, though. I even sent them a message and said, fucking follow me back, you bastard. And they probably like, we're going to troll them and not follow them back, right? I'm going to follow everybody else back except you. Got it. I got it. Watch Vince. All right, can you look up Vince stuff? Let me see if there's a Vince thing here. But so I don't break my concentration. Let me
No, go for it.
Bring this in first. This is a freestyle show here. I'm going to bring in the BYB. We got to talk about this, but I'm going to find another thumbnail here along with you so we can get caught up on this Vince stuff, and then we'll watch clips like all the pros do in the Dabbleverse. Vince crash.
It's the body cam footage that's been released, I believe.
From a few months ago.
Yeah, I don't think he's just had another crash. I think the body cam footage has just come out about it.
14 hours ago. We're watching this first. Don't worry. We're on it. Breaking news. What?
This is breaking news.
Vince McMahon evidence that he drives like a Japanese lady or something. I'm gonna replace you now. Yeah. Okay, I gotta completely get rid of this. Got it.
Oh no, there's Yeah, there's dash cam footage as well. Hang on, I'll sort it out. Oh, did you get it? You found it?
I found it. I just got to get rid of this screen so I can put the other screen up, but it won't let me delete it. How did I delete it last time? I just deleted it a second ago.
Yeah, there's like a 3:24 video of the crash, a dash cam thing, and there's also like a 2-minute 53-ish.
Yeah, I got it already.
Yeah, sweet.
Stop trolling me.
I know how much you hate dead air, so I'm just.
I'm trying to figure this out. I don't understand. I gotta literally shut that off, and then that's how I did it. We'll go find that again later. But all right, here's Vince's car accident. No audio, right? Yeah, it didn't seem to have any audio. Here we go. We're watching. Boom. Look at him. He's still going. Now he's pulling over. Going into a ditch, kind of. Smoking. Oh, let's watch that from the top again. The accident is like at the very beginning. Okay. Here he goes. He's on the right side. He's about to go to the left, and but the road curves as he's trying to go left. And he clipped the car in front of him. What are you doing, Vince? You playing on your phone? Time to get you Tesla.
He was doing something before turning. He left it too late to try and go around that car.
Is there anything that important that happens after this rib shot? Let's skip ahead a little bit. Oh, it's going to show the inside here.
No, I don't. All right. Why were you driving over 100 miles an hour?
Over 100 miles an hour? And you know this cop knows who he is. Hold on. Well, let's pull it back. I didn't realize we were getting all this. Let's go.
Car, do you need an ambulance?
No, I don't.
All right. Why were you driving over 100 miles an hour?
It's my granddaughter's birthday. I got to get this the next exit.
Right. Did you see me trying to catch up to you behind you?
I didn't see that. I saw lights, but it didn't look normal.
All right. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up to you, and you keep taking off.
Oh, no. I'm not trying to outrun you.
I know. I understand that, but that's why I was very confused. Right? Because it wasn't like you were running. It was just like you almost hit, I think, 115 miles an hour. All right, and then you just hit someone because you weren't paying attention. Were you looking at your phone?
No, trying to drive. No, I'm not looking at my phone.
The person was right in front of you. There's got to be a reason you hit him.
No, I haven't been driving my car in God knows how long.
All right. It was right in front of you. You went straight at it at 100 miles an hour.
Vince wants to speak to his lawyers right now. That's what he's thinking, I guess, right? Like, I better not talk to this police officer because, anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of their fucking law. So Vince knows this. He must. He was a billionaire at one point.
I was going to say, it's interesting to hear Vince speaking to somebody else with like this sort of like power dynamic, because normally he's always the fucking boss. But now he's dealing with like, I know he's dealt with cops and stuff on TV before, but this is like proper, I need to behave and not fucking swell up like I'd normally do. I need to shrink down a little bit. And yeah, it's funny.
Yep, he's the one that's taking the shit right now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just making sure you're not having a medical condition or anything. Do you need an ambulance?
No, fuck.
All right. Just your registration. Is your license in here?
No, it's in my pocket.
All right.
Look at him. He's all swagged out. No gray hair. Ever. He would never have gray hair, this guy. He's got all the fitness clothes on. Probably coming from the gym, I'm guessing. But look at this car, too. What a nice car. And he just banged it all up. Nasty. Side door airbags came on. All that shit. That's what it looks like, anyway.
I've been driving this car quite some time.
It's fast, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, too fast.
Oh, it's the car's fault. It's the car's fault, obviously.
Thank you.
Mr. McMahon, how you doing? Hi. I'm the investigating trooper. Okay.
What, do they got him in a unmarked police car? What?
Looks like it.
So they sent a special unit out for him or something, right? I don't remember ever seeing anybody. I mean, maybe that this is something they do, but if it is, let me know. Anybody, if you know, do police actually send like the unmarks out there to take you away, or is it because he's, special? He's a Vinnie Mac with the grapefruits. He's very special. All right.
So, how you doing? I know who you are. So
you sent out like Greenwich unit.
So Trooper Robbins that was following in the unmarked vehicle said you were doing over 100 miles an hour. All right, before you struck the vehicle. So. All right.
I'm talking to the officer. I'm talking to him.
All right, so I'm going to be issuing you misdemeanor.
I couldn't imagine being treated by the cops like this, by the way. I just can't even imagine it. Like, oh, hold on. Was he on his phone?
Yeah. He just answered it and said, I'm speaking to the officer.
What?
I'd expect him to be like, get off your fucking phone. You're dealing with me. What are you doing?
Take your phone generally when you're in another car now. Or maybe he's in somebody else's car that he knows and he's about to be driven off because he needs his... It's just a car accident, right? Because what else? Why would they arrest him? See, I don't know. In my mind, I was thinking he's like being arrested for some reason because he's in the back seat, right? But maybe he's not in the back seat or he is, but he's whatever. Let's play the fucking tape. I'm just rambling.
Summons for reckless driving. Okay, so it's just going to take me about 10 minutes to write it up. I'll give you a court date, probably within 3 weeks or a month. Do you reside in Connecticut? I'm not sure. Okay, so it'll be, where are we? Westport? Yeah. So it'll be the court right here. I'll give you
the small vehicle where all the pussies leave, right?
That was it, huh? That was some good stuff there, Rib Shot. Thank you for the breaking news. We got to watch it from the top again. Breaking news sound and all.
This is breaking news.
Yep, speeding around curves is not what's best for business, folks. Don't ever do that. All right, now I'm going to bring up Dabbleverse stuff. But again, great clip. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to Rib Shot. Always bring us the hard-hitting breaking news like Vince McMahon accident video coming out and him being scolded by the police. Oh, it's always the car's fault, right? Right? That's what you said, Danny.
Yeah. Well, he was like, fucking stupid car. And then he was like, oh, it's fast. It's too fast. And it's like you were driving it fast. It's the car's not Kit from Knight Rider. It doesn't drive on its own. It's like chasing bad guys. You put your foot on there and you made it go faster.
How awesome would it be if like the car started talking like for him when he was pulled over? All right, where are you? I'm looking for specific clips. I need Stalin, and he spells it funny. In 19. Shout out to you, bro. One of the top clippers in the game. And we're about to watch Stuttering John go on the BYB show and get ambushed by the puppet Tukey. You know some of these people, right, Danny?
Yeah.
Okay. BYB, don't forget, great fans of the Dr. Huge show. Subscribe and everything. Don't worry. Don't look at that video. I'm bypassing the ads, and you're not looking at it. Thank you. Because I'm not showing you anything yet. But I'm about to. Here it comes. Get ready for some dabbling drama. I love that they let John go like right in the middle of his story. You'll see he's starting to flow, and then Tukey comes in, takes over. Tell me who wins this battle.
Me. And
No offense. I'm a stutterer growing up in North Massapequa, Long Island.
Hey, drunkie, let's go. When are we gonna box? Hey, father of Pussy Boy, when are we doing this? Come to Hackamania, Pussy Boy. Oh wait, that's your kid. You're the father of Pussy Boy. Let's do it.
All right, Quad. I'm not gonna.
Did you ever talk to your kid about how cervical cancer kills 0% of men?
That is true. That's a fact.
That's a fact, Jack. Let's go, Pussy Boy. Pay Tabber the 7,800. You owe Tabber 7,800. Pay your boat. Your mom should not. What?
Apologize to John.
I will not apologize. How dare you? I am going to fight for the Turner children. We're doing it, John.
Anyway, so Quad, was there any other questions you had for me?
He's out of breath from speaking. How's he going to last in a ring? Let's go, John.
This comedy is killing me with it's.
The only part I really like is the boxing glove on the puppet. Everything else, I think it's ran its course for me. I understand. He's got like thousands of people watching his show, like live every time he does it. So they love the puppet stuff. That, you know, and the puppeteering and the voices and things, but to me, slightly cringe to ambush a stutterer that's in mid-sentence, fully drunk, off his ass, and of course he shut down. Right, that's how I took it.
Yeah, he did do that. It's still funny because it's amusing to see John squirm in this way, because normally he has people kissing his ass. Normally the people he surrounds himself with that I've seen, he's you know, they're all kissing his ass. So the fact that someone just comes straight in swinging and just not giving a fuck about etiquette and manners, I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, it's kind of funny to see the boot being on the other foot.
My thing with this show, or any show like this, just like my leader Kevin Brennan says, like, I mean, I'm cool with everybody. I don't hate anybody. I haven't watched enough to really give an analysis, but when I watched shows like this and podcasts that have 1 million people on at the same time, like, I don't understand the purpose of these guys. I get why J Mo is there. He just talks. It doesn't have to be good or bad. It's just talking. And then we have the Quad Father over here, who is very monotone. You got to liven it up, right? Start yelling or something. Maybe you do. I don't know. Again, more N-words, please. Tuki's got a whole gimmick, though. He's gimmicked up to the fucking gills. And that's why he's known as, one of the top stars in the Dabbleverse, even though John's really the reason why everybody's here. He birthed us all, even you, Danny, kind of, I guess. Gross. Anyway, let's let them get back to it, because I'm proud of John that he at least stayed. Usually, and back in the day, he would have definitely left as soon as he was confronted by somebody, and then they'd go, run away. But he knows he's smart now.
This is the funniest.
He can't feel pain. He's so drunk. He can't even process what's happening.
He's amazing.
Have a conversation. Hey, have a conversation.
Unbelievable.
It was your first opportunity you've had to talk to John.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I want to fight him in Hackamania. We gave him a much better deal than his stupid deal, and he's pussying out.
It's amazing how funny
You're pussying out.
Is.
We offered you 100,000, and you still won't do it.
This is amazing. Amazing.
Let's go.
Incredible.
Let's go, Mr. Turner. We're doing it.
Oh, he's got boxing gloves.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, so fast. So
amazing.
Quick.
This guy
well,
is
you're not going to talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Go
He's
after my family.
Go after
Get my family, John. Get him.
He's amazing.
Get him.
Okay, I got to explain it again. I'll do it every episode. I've been dabbling most Thursdays every week lately. I had Jim Grindle on, very famous in the Dabbleverse. I had Dave Sarah on, probably live right now, killing it, doing it. New Jersey Rangers channels taking off. Bunch of people. Some of them are chatters. Some of them work with some of these podcasts. But basically what the Dabbleverse is remember Stuttering John here from the Howard Stern show? Where's the cursor? Where is the cursor? Isn't it? Can I get over here? Do I have to click on it?
You got Tookie.
He's right
Oh,
here.
God.
So Stuttering John used to be on the Howard Stern show. Anthony Cumia from ONA is kind of in the Dabbleverse. Kevin Brennan from Comedy Central and SNL and a bunch of other places. All these older comics, people loosely connected, have had their own shows now on here. They're low quality. They talk mad shit, and it's like pro wrestling drama going on all the time. You got puppets involved. There's potato filters and things going on. This guy calls himself the Quad Father. He's in a wheelchair and does a show. He's one of the top trolls in the Dabbleverse. There's all kinds of characters. It's just like pro wrestling. You got some heels, you got some baby faces, and hilarity ensues when these people start to mix together and fight with each other and all this stuff. So Quad, who does go on John's show, this guy Quad goes on John's show. John always gets turned on by everybody because he's like the number one lolcow. He's the head dabbler. So he finally does his show. He must have got paid $100 at least or something, I'm sure. But John does Quad's show, and then Quad ambushes him with Tukey, the puppet over here, who talks about his family and says all kinds of nasty things about John. Of course, he's just goofing around, though, right? But hey, this is what the Dabbleverse is. That's why I'm not in it. I watch and observe from a distance. And I have people from the Dabbleverse on my show to, let the people in the pro wrestling verse understand that there is something else over here. Since we're cooking McDonald's all the time and I barely talk about wrestling anymore because it stinks and it's repetitive, you see. So let's get into more Dabbleverse drama. This is some of the best drama of the week. We're going to do more, though. Stay tuned.
Myself out. I punched myself out. Oh, was that 2 minutes? I need a 2-minute rest.
No, you didn't make it 2 minutes. I don't think you made it 2 minutes.
Telling you that altitude, son of a bitch.
It is.
Go!
God damn it, Quad. Your show sucks.
You lose. You suck. John just owned Tukey live on air. He had nothing. That's all you had, Tukey? Jesus Christ.
You think I give a shit about anything he's...
So I would say if there was like a Dabbleverse prayer, I'm going to have to make one up. Let me write that down before I forget. Dabble prayer. In that prayer somewhere, there would have to be, I don't care. Right? They all say, I don't care about this. I don't care about that. Blah, blah, blah. And we actually, many streamers have said that. I've said that to trolls in the past. But I really mean it. When there's somebody in here going, you're this, you're that, I'm like, I don't really give a fuck what you think. Enjoy the show, I guess. If you hate me, I guess I'll take some hate viewers. But, but these Dabbleverse guys, even when they fight each other, it's like, I don't care. I don't care what he does. It's like it's amazing to me, Danny, that 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 40-somethings, and all the rest, they can go online and bitch it up like this, right? And be like, that's why I love it, though. That's why I watch it. That's why I can't be in it, because I'm not going to get trolled. I'm not going to go after somebody's family. I don't do it. I have my own rules I live by, and I'm not going to do I'm not playing these games out here. So, like, if they even try to come and get me, again, it's like the whole, when we were talking about all the race stuff and the words and the things, it's like, well, just let them be scumbags. Let people be scumbags and show their true colors. I would rather that than to try to police everybody out here.
Yeah.
You understand? And what's this rip shot? You love that my options are just wrestling and whatever this is. When you discover the rest of the internet, trust me. I'm no spring chicken. I've discovered a lot of stuff out here. I just gravitate more to this the reality show Traitors, which I will be getting Peacock for a month so I can watch that again, and things like that. And that Traitors game. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
I was just say it's mainly just boobies anyway. The rest of the internet, that's what it's here for.
Yeah. Chicks in underwear and stuff like we were talking about. Yep. But I'm telling you, Ribshot, I know I've tried to explain what the Dabbleverse is to people in real life. They literally look at me like, please stop. Just don't even bother. Like, this sucks. And I get it. That's the point. That's kind of the part of what, to me, is entertaining, is it kind of all sucks. So you don't have to watch every show and all these different Dabble podcasts, but there are clips. There are people watching certain clips. There are the infighting and the wars, and that's what this is for. I'm not a drama podcaster, right? I don't need to get personal. I think I'm good enough just talking about the shit and goofing on everything with the people that I have around me. A lot of other people, they need, infighting and contention for things. And, there's always like, oh, Kevin Brennan comes on every day and I watch, he's one of my favorites. I'll listen to, and it's pretty much the same thing every day. It's like, let's see who's the best on Playboard on YouTube. Oh, it's me. I'm in the top. I make the most money and you don't make any money and you do this and you suck and you're a clown and you're a loser, right? This ain't for everybody. I just get it because I've been in the podcast game, so to speak, a little bit, and people think I'm like some newcomer noob or something, and I'm like, I'm not. But I see a lot of these people coming across a lot of problems and roadblocks, socially and otherwise, on these platforms, and I get a kick out of it because I get to watch it like unfold in a variety of different ways. You get what I'm saying, Danny?
Yeah, it's like we said earlier, it's like reality TV shows, but it's DIY. It's not overproduced. It's not just like 2 minutes of a show and then 5 minutes of an advert. It's DIY. It's rough around the edges, and if you like seeing people bicker, because that's what a lot of reality shows are. They'll have like the Real Housewives of pick geographical location, and it starts off like, oh, all these women like to live in so and so, and they're all wives of businessmen or something, and they could just get on with their lives normally, but instead they're going to fucking bicker like school children. Here's us filming it so you can watch it and feel better about your shitty bickery lives. Yeah, and
we point and go, look at how they're acting, right?
Yeah. We thought we were bad for bickering, but look how fucking pathetic they are. We feel much better than that, and that's a lot of reality TV shows why people watch it, because it makes them feel better, because at least we're not that bad. But it's that same thing. These guys are just bickering in the same sort of way. They're just not in the same room being filmed by like one camera crew.
Oh, they try sometimes. I've seen podcasts where they're all in the same. I'm not saying Dabbleverse necessarily. I'm sure they've done it in the Dabbleverse, but in general, a lot of people they act like they're doing what we're doing, Danny, right? Like we're in totally different countries and talking about the same subjects. They'll be in the same place, just different rooms, but they want to come off. And then you'll hear like the same dog barking or the same whatever in the background. Yeah, but Ribshot says, what are Opie and Anthony doing these days? Are they a part of the Dabbleverse? They are. They may not want to be, but they are. Kumia watches Stuttering John more than I do over here, which is just absurd because they knew each other. Like they're buddy-buddy. But John's is so ridiculous. He's such a ridiculous man that people can actually make shows about him every single day, even if he's not producing content, because there's such a backlog of him, drooling and snotting on his hands and just being a total goof, which we all love. And then Opie, he does like this as soon as the sun rises type morning show for the Facebook boomers, and it stinks. It's one of the worst shows you'll ever see because Opie ain't for the funny. See, I like to think of myself, Danny. You've heard of Opie and Anthony, right? Yeah. Like I like to think of myself as Opie and Anthony. I can keep things moving. I can guide a lot of these conversations and things, but then I can also goof around and make jokes. Where Opie was the straight guy. He was never, he would always try to tag along. He was like the jock friend, the cool bro that would be in high school in the 80s. Like, yeah, man, you're like, we're the cool kids, right? But he wasn't one of the funny guys. And he would just pile on. But he would keep the things moving. And where Kumi is more of the substance, and of the comedy. And it was a good tag team for that, for radio and things, how they did their thing. But now they've split up, of course, over the years, and they can't stand each other. So Opie does a really boring little podcast. Anthony does an AM radio station show now, because we know what he's turned into. He's turned into one of these political guys. And everything's the black people's fault. No matter what it is. Epstein Island stuff, it must be black people's fault, right, Anthony? Everything's their fault. So that's kind of like his thing. I won't take away that I think he is literally a comedy genius. Like, I think Artie Lang in these roles too, where he was he wasn't second mic, but he was in the Jackie chair, the comedic guy on a show. Like, these guys are top notch, but for a very niche, type of thing. I think I would be amazing in that role without having to worry about producing and hosting and doing all the other shit, Danny. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I think it's
it's a lot easier if you could just walk in and sit down and be like, cool, everyone else is pressing the buttons and I'll just start when I need to.
Right. But that's what they're up to. And yeah, they talk about John. They talk about the things happening in the Dabbleverse. And of course, Opie's above everybody, right? So he acts like you're in the Dabbleverse, dopey. Don't get fucked up. Anyway, a little bit more. Let's see how this. This is what's happening in this clip now. Now that Tukey's gone, I think he might reappear. But now that he's gone, they're going to start ball washing John, right? Because they don't want him to leave the show. When John's on your show, you're going to get super chats. Just how it works. It's not, doesn't mean he's like some super talented genius. It's people. It's just how it works.
It's people laughing at him, not with him. And part of him sort of like doesn't realize that, but part of him doesn't care because he's getting his super chats and he's getting his attention. But yeah, don't feel sympathetic towards him because of this puppet's behavior and rudeness towards him, because I've seen plenty of clips where John will just shout obnoxiously over somebody to like think he's winning an argument, and it's like, you're not winning an argument, you're just louder. That's not the same thing. So it is. I think it's quite funny to just see him sit there and just eat a fucking plate of shit while this puppet just fucking kicks off.
Oh my god! And you are so right, Ribshot. Bubba the Love Sponge is a dabbler. I'm actually shocked he hasn't worked his way into the Dabbleverse yet. He probably thinks he's above all this too. But when you realize you're not, and you can pick up another 25, let's just say roughly, right? So they've been talking about this too. The people in the Dabbleverse, they're like, what is there, like 2,000 people that watch this shit? Like, of all these shows, I would say there's more like 4,000 to 5,000 people, right? Then you got like a handful, like say 10 whales. And then you got an extra 50 to 100 people that will actually donate out of all these. So like, if we're actually looking at this like as a business, because there's only a few people that make like real money in the Dabbleverse podcasting area. So it's not like, ooh, I could make money over there, I want to be a dabbler too. No, because then you'll be harassed, and people will send pizzas to your house. It's like one of those worlds, like where Ethan Ralph is like loosely affiliated. Mersh is they're quasi dabblers, let's say. And you may not even know these people. These are from other podcasts and other offshoots of, different things that are going on in the internet. Oh, the Love Sponge. I mean, if he starts to, lose steam or whatever with whatever he's doing, he could easily become a dabbler. And before we play this clip again, Bubba the Love Sponge is amazing. And one of my favorite stories is when he went to TNA and supposedly was going to give a bunch of tickets out. The tickets didn't work. And then he was there and he was being spat upon by people in the TNA crowd in the line and things, and then Awesome Kong attacked him, and then the whole deal with Hogan, brother. I mean, we all know that the Gawker stuff and the sex tapes. That's Bubba the Love Sponge. So he was dabbling before dabbling was dabbling. You understand?
And there were people in the crowd that had like signs saying "fuck Bubba the Love Sponge." Just all of a sudden, that was it, and then that just stuck. As well as like "fuck Vince Russo" and "fuck Hogan," but just "fuck Bubba" was just
he was spitting on him. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's see how they're gonna. Let's see the dick washing and the ball riding here.
I think he thought you would run, maybe, or get off. Like,
no, I didn't. I mean, I didn't know why Quad gave him the link, but
he asked for the link. I sent it to him, and then I seen he had a boxing glove on when he came backstage. So I was like, all right, that might actually be kind of funny. But you called him out immediately. That was not. Where was the goof? Like he said 3 mean things and left. That's it. That's all he had.
Hey, a real pussy boy.
I say John for the win big time on that one, man. That was brutal.
I have to agree. So far, round 1 has gone to John. Now, I think this thing could really kick off. You are going to Hackamania.
Quad, now they're going to send the link to every fucking person. And
I won't bring anyone else up. No problem.
No, I ain't sending nobody anything.
No, nobody else. Anyway,
no, I don't mean you
nobody
guys.
Does that.
But
I was like, what?
I mean, Quad, know that when you sent that to him,
he'll post it on Twitter, I'm sure.
I didn't post it anywhere. Quad was the one who set this up, stupid. You think he's your friend like every other idiot. All your friends end up talking to Tukey. You know that, right?
Hand off your taxes.
Oh, no, we don't want this. I don't want to hear about taxes again. They're like harassing everybody this year for taxes.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
I had my tax bill a couple of weeks ago. It was not pleasant.
It's like they know that the files are out, and now they're like hot and heavy after everybody that they think is like a normal person. It's like, oh, the criminals, you can do whatever you want, but if you're like a regular person, we're coming for you. Got it.
To say you're lonely, you have no friends, you tell everyone everything.
See, and this is the thing. Even though these ambushes are fun and fucking with John, I think is great and is fun. I think the way they go about it, where it's just like, I'm going to talk about your kids and I'm going to say this. It's just like, again, it's like screaming the N-word. It's like acting like Sean Strickland. It's like edgelord shit that's we can't get John in other ways. There's so many other ways, right? Like you have to instantly try to just get him to react because it's a whole react culture thing. Like we can't just be funny anymore. It's just got to be drama and I think you're go ahead, talk about my family. It's like, what are we doing? I get it's a puppet. But you know what I'm saying, Danny? Like, what the fuck are we doing?
It
just seems demented.
Unless somebody has already sort of like set that precedent by talking about other people's family or work or whatever.
First blood.
Yeah, when it's taste your own medicine, that sort of thing. Or this is how it feels. Maybe you won't do it again in the future. But if it's your go-to every time, that's a bit mean and a bit out of line.
That's what John always screams, first blood. You drew first blood. So
now I can say whatever the fuck I want. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's the thing. That's why I couldn't be a dabbler. Because people could attack me. They could do things to me. I'm not going to do anything back, and then they're not going to get a reaction, and then what are you going to do? Go back to John. You know where you're going to get your reactions. You know who's going to go, okay, let's get into a slap fight, right? I don't do slap fights. Like, in real life, really, if people are talking about my kids, Danny, we're going to have to take it to the streets. You understand? Yeah. And then people go, oh, it's because you're black and you're violent. And I say, maybe. You want to try it out? Let's go. Let's see if that idea is really what's happening.
I mean, John just, obviously in the boxing ring. John just winds himself up anyway. You don't even have to sort of like provoke him like this. And we watched something a few weeks ago where he had like some 2-minute announcement to make. I can't remember what the declaration was. Something like, I'm going to court or I'm not going to court or whatever. But he turned his camera on like 15 minutes earlier and just sat and rambled and fucking wound himself up and started like just making content for other people to clip. Then he said his 2-minute thing. Then he repeated the 2-minute thing for like 10, 12 minutes. And then he just fucking rambled even more. And it's like, you've just put like 30 or 40 minutes out now of just shit with 2 minutes of what you actually intended to say. And it's just, you don't need to do that. And it's a bit like self-indulgent, just watching yourself and being like, people want to hear me talk about what I'm looking at on the telly before I do this. And
oh, this is going to be tough for everybody that does that, me included. I mean, I kind of do that, not going to lie. I mean, I'm just talking about what I like and the stuff I find interesting. But I mean, this influencer shit is going to end eventually. You know, the way the world's going, they're picking up like the way the WWE is just picking up literally people that call themselves influencers and like, let's put them through the training program. Can they do it? And blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. So because they have it's like, you know how like record labels used to do it back in the day? Oh, well, you're cool. We like your sound, but can you sell 1 million records without us? And then we'll take over from there. And it's like, no. You know what I mean? But it's not even like that. At least those people that were able to sell 1 million units without anybody had talent. These people now have like internet bot talent. And then WWE go, oh, well, you're a name. Everybody knows you, even though it's through horse shit. So let's get you wrestling and then we'll put you on the next PLE. Boom, boom, boom. And we all make money. Sucks.
It's not that far from reality TV, though. Like, in what you just said then with the talent. Because a lot of people, it's like, well, you don't actually bring anything to the table. You're on Love Island or whatever, so you've either got abs or you've got tits, or you're on Big Brother and you just sat talking shit and you just happen to not care if people are filming you 24 hours a day. And it's like, that's not particularly a talent. It's just sort of like a lack of something else. And it's full of that now, and it's low effort, and you have that transition from like reality TV to like Facebook where people could be like, oh, look at me, I'm a brand. And then all these other social media platforms where it's like just even more, look at me, I'm a brand. And now you can do that on the internet. We don't have to be buddy-buddy with someone from a TV station or whatever. So it's just everyone can do it now. And it's just people going to shout louder than the next. And you're going to get forgotten about, like you say, and then it's going to disappear.
And Ribshot wants to know, where are you from?
Bit further up north than Manchester.
Is Manchester considered like, so there is a north and a south there to you guys, right? Obviously.
Yeah, everything north of London is the north to people from London and to people from out of London, because a lot of people just think all of England is London. But it's, considering how small our island is, the like regional dialect and changes and differences are very, there's a lot, and it's very quick. Whereas some people just hear like the Queen's English or like Cockney English, and that's it. That's only like two sort of like dialects and areas they hear. But yeah, I'm closer to Scotland than I am London, thankfully. Fucking awful place.
He also says, to be fair, abs, tits is beneficial for WWE, more so that being a bedroom dweller. Yes. Abs and tits. Whereabouts? You want to know exactly? You want to know his address, Ribshot? Is that what it is? I think he's over there too. That's why.
Yorkshire. That's as narrow as I get.
You for
that's
tea
the county. That's the county, we call them over here.
You forgot about this, Ribshot. What about the booty cheeks? Come on now. Come on. Can't even hear you breathe. Did you die there, Danny?
No. Just
you might have passed away from that picture, even though Jim Grindle came in and he was like, I don't know about those elbows though. I'm like, the elbows? How do you even see elbows?
She has arms. What?
Yeah, what? All right, let's. John's about to skull and he's about to stick it to Tukey one more time.
Who's your inside source?
We never reveal our spies, but they say that John is so drunk every night that he doesn't even remember talking to them the next day.
Is that true? Now's your time to.
Okay, hold on. I'll defend John on that because me and him talked. You were pretty lit up the other night when we talked late on Saturday night, I think it was.
That's shocking.
And he absolutely remembered everything we talked about today when I talked to him on the phone.
Thank you very much, Quad. Thank you.
Wow, what a feat! Take a bow, drunkie.
Wow. I'm just saying. I'm just
telling you what my spies tell me. And my spies have been dead on because John just reacts to every spy alert. Or spy report. Sorry, I forget my own bit.
Does he
I stole.
Or does he no tell you?
John, you stroking out?
This is exhausting.
Take a sip. Take a sip. You got the shakes. Take a sip.
This is exhausting, Quad.
I know, existing, right? It's very hard. That loneliness, John, loneliness. That's all it is. We understand why you can't leave us. It's the loneliness, and we benefit from it because you can't help but find any.
Anyway,
new
Jay, well, how are you
relationship.
doing? All right.
I'm doing. Hey, listen, I'm doing great.
You
Everything
think
has
Quad
been going
is your
great.
friend?
Don't let him
Quad
talk to
set
like
you
this,
up.
John.
He's
Fingers to
another
John.
one who doesn't like you. No
don't
one
like it.
respects you, John.
Green bully.
How
coming over
dare
here.
you, Doogie? How dare you?
You're going to lie about me. I'm going to tell the truth, Quad. You set all this up. I'm doing a show on another channel, and you wanted me to come here.
What
So
are you
here I
doing
am.
show?
It's the mean kids in elementary school, like goofing on the adopted kid. Right, like you don't have a real mom and dad. that's how it feels to me. So I get how it's funny, how it's like John gets a little taste of his own medicine, but is it even really his own medicine? When they did, in reality, draw first blood. They were the first ones to make full channels all about John. Is he not supposed to fight back? Is he not supposed to get angry, Danny?
They're all as bad as each other. I think I've likened it to like care home mentality before. It's needless bickering, but like I say, I've seen plenty of John where John's just like been shitty to other people, and he thinks,
of course, yeah,
and he doesn't realize people are laughing at him, and he thinks they're all laughing with him, and he's like a awesome fucking comical genius, and it's like, no, you're sort of like just the butt of the joke all the time. That's what you were before on Stern.
Not us, HVAC. We're cringe. If I'm cringe, oh my god, I'll burn this shirt tonight, LeBron James style. Like I did all my LeBron James jerseys because I used to be gay and I used to be cringe as fuck.
I'm not gay no more.
So loud in my ear. That's me. Back when I was like burning my LeBron James jerseys in the mid 2000s.
I'm not gay no more.
No, he's talking about them. He must be talking about them over there, not us. I would never cover my bald like this, like them. They're all covering their bald except John. John doesn't mind showing off his thinning hair. Even Tukey's probably bald. I don't know this is fact because I only see Tukey ever, but he's probably bald. You see, we're all bald. I have pride in it. I'll wear a mesh hat. I'll show it off when I get to 500 subscribers coming soon because we're skyrocketing again to the moon, Danny. We're getting close. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the fucking share button or else threats in a boxing ring. All right, let's hear some more from these guys.
What are you doing?
Dirty sneak.
Very important Hollywood business type show stuff.
Oh, Hollywood stuff. Uh-oh, here we go.
Well,
Yes.
you know what? Hollywood is a scumbag town. I think we can all agree on that.
Go, dude.
No, I want to stay. I
all
want to
agree.
stay and be John's friend. John, tell me things. I won't tell anyone.
Well, John was
Trust me.
part of Hollywood, so yeah.
This is a new
All right,
chapter.
this brings me to the Kate Meany. You know the Kate Meany stories and the Kate Meany tapes? Kate Meany, 24-year-old comedian, right? Was around in the Dabbleverse a few years ago, making friends with everybody because she's 24 and she's like remotely attractive, right? She's like a 5, so everybody's like losing their fucking 80-year-old minds out here. And she gets on the phone with John a few times, like almost every day. And the Mud Shark, Baby Fatso, Chad Zumach as well. Shout out to you, bro. She played you pretty good. How are you guys falling for this shit at your advanced age? You don't know how the game is played yet, bro. So Kate Meany starts calling all these guys. She's probably taping Chad too. Who knows? But she definitely was taping John. Shuley uses those tapes, does his little dabble cons with them and plays the tapes and all this because he got them from Kate Meany. It was very embarrassing. It actually made Kate look bad too because she sounds kind of like dumb, I guess. She sounds like a dumb chick talking with John, just always giggling over everything. And I get it when you're like with friends or you're talking on the phone and it's like ooh, hoo, hoo, hee, hee, about a bunch of stuff. But yeah, John, I mean, he really must have something going on with the it's the straight shots. Like you're lonely, you're this and you're that, because you must be, if you're talking to a girl who ain't, you know, bro, you're 60, she's like in her mid-20s, she's not looking for you. You know, you may think you might get something off the side of it because of the business and get your name out there, but you're in the Dabbleverse, bro. This ain't the business, you know? And then all them tapes come out, and then he ends up forgiving her and doing it all over again. Twice. So I think that's what's just making me remember all this, what Tuki's saying. It's just like, it's very sad, though, at the same time. But it's like, come on, John. We get that you're like, have narcissistic tendencies and things, but like, let's get a handle on things, and then you won't be getting goofed on so much by wheelchair bros and puppets. Exactly.
I think you guys are laying it down now. I think this is the time to come together.
Well, look what he did to OJ. He sucked OJ's brain out of his head
well,
like a mosquito.
Tuki, listen to me, man. Like, OJ met John, and it seemed to like turn him around completely on wanting to them snipe him, do any of that crap. It's almost like as if you meet him in real life and you see he's a human being and you don't want to just trash him.
He's not. I met him in real life. He's barely a homosexual.
You trolled him in real life.
I meant Homo sapiens, Homo sapien.
You went up to him and said something nasty in real life. You didn't really give him a chance, I believe.
Just sit there like a drunken doll.
New year, new me. Cute. But how about...
I'm never getting... Again, you know me in the subscription stuff, Danny. Don't make me keep saying it, everybody. I'm not doing it.
I mean...
Yeah, John, you got something to get off your chest, I'm sure.
Sorry, you're going to say something?
Bad locker.
Bad locker?
Switch it around. Ad blocker.
Oh.
You've never been on the screen.
Oh, ask his kid what she had to get off her chest. All of it. Hacka.
That's nasty.
But okay, did John not make a good point the other day? Like, why did we ever decide to go after kids? Why did that ever have to become a thing?
Because it hurts him. It hurts him so.
See, I don't like that.
Oh.
I don't like that. Like, I would do that to my enemies, maybe. And even to my enemies, I don't think I would do it online. I would do it to them. You know, because that's real. That's like doing it like, I don't like you, and I'm going to tell you why. I guess if you don't know them in person, it's just some trollish person that you're dealing with, that you could do it online or through a platform like this, which is, I think, a reason why some people have avoided me in the past. You know what I mean, Danny? It's not like I've ever done it. But if I felt justified in burying somebody, oh my God, I could do weeks and hours of it. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I guess I can do this a little bit. And then if I'm passionate about it or angry enough, then, you know, I would do it. But to do it just because, to then, again, with the reactions and things, it doesn't sit well with me. It's not even necessary. I think they could have goofed on John. They could have ambushed John with Tuki this whole time and played along, like with the "you're the best," "you're the this," "you're the that." And even if some people feel like that, it would still get over as funny to me and would be entertaining because John is John, right? So why go straight to the hate? And I just want to make him sad and angry.
Trying to get a reaction, like you said before. But unless John sort of like that's a tactic he's played against other people, then it's a bit low and a bit cheap and unnecessary.
It's just like watching a wrestling match where the person's just low blowing over and over and over. I don't mind a low blow here and there in some of these matches to jazz this thing up, but to be the weasel guy that's constantly kicking between the legs and kicking behind himself between the legs and then doing the China and like that's all I keep seeing, and it's just like, all right, relax. You know what I mean? Like there's an art to this too. And that's why I think people are like, oh, Tukey just punched himself out and then John didn't say anything and he won. The whole winning and losing aspect of this, right? Amazing stuff.
All right. Well, why do you hate John so much you have to pull that trigger, though? For real.
Well, I mean, one, he's going after Carl for nothing.
And he went after Carl for nothing. Carl did a whole fucking... That's the reason, like, the Dabbleverse exists. Is because of Carl. Because he wouldn't let up on John doing his political podcast and his Who Are These Podcast things. And he started to figure out, oh my God, people love this John content, kept doing it. Now he's like number 2 on the Stuttering John hit list, right behind Shuley. So that's your reason, Tukey? That's cringe. I'm just saying. You're cool, but that's cringe.
And it's ridiculous. So I will never give up.
So, John, are you going after Carl for nothing? Allegedly nothing.
He can say whatever he wants. He knows he knows he's losing. Tabber is out. You're down $7,800. You gotta pay up.
Is that true, John? Did Tabber drop you as a client? Is that true? Because everybody's saying that now, I guess.
Yeah, that is a good.
I'm not really up to speed.
Address that.
I don't even know what that means. I'm very versed on all of this stuff, and I don't even know what they're talking about. So he lost some business dealings or something, and that's a point of topic here.
Yeah, I'm not up to the lore. I don't know all the lore.
Oh God, none of
right.
All right. See, there you go, Tukey, with your lies.
Oh no, I'm ruined. Oh, I'm melting.
Sorry.
All right.
So we're
all right. Well,
I guess that's all.
That was fun. That was interesting.
That actually went a lot better than a lot of people would think, though.
I thought he was. I was watching live.
He was on fire just now. He was so.
This is one of your favorites, Danny. Right? Ava's here.
Yeah.
To stick up for John. She eventually ends up on John's show later on. Don't worry, we're wrapping this up. So everybody get ready to like and subscribe and hit all the buttons. You right? Tell everybody the show exists. Another banger. 3 hours today for your viewing and listening pleasure will be turned into a podcast. So don't be surprised when you just see a picture with great audio behind it, Danny. Mm-hmm.
Funny.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Tukey, and
he was a little bit off his game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that wasn't too impressive. If you want him to come back, I will allow that. And
no, it doesn't matter, Quad. But I didn't plan on coming here all night. I just
right. I'm leaving.
No, I understand.
I'm out of here,
and
now.
I appreciate it.
I think this has gone very well, actually.
Oh yeah, I've had a great time.
I think it went well.
But,
you didn't back down. I think that's the most important thing, is not backing down or letting somebody else like bulldog you out of the situation, for sure.
But anyway, thanks for having me on, Javo. And what's the guy with the gray cap?
We don't know. We'll never know, because, of course, that's how the cookie crumbles over here, Danny. Like I told you before, they didn't say a whole word the whole time I was watching. And anytime I ever watch. So I don't understand the point of having people on just to sit there and watch. It's a hangout, though, right? I guess. I don't do hangouts. Like Kevin Brennan, I do an actual show. I'm doing shit. You may not like it. I'm doing it, though.
And he'll still get the rub, because when people clip this, even if they just take a screenshot, he's still on there. So he's still going to be like, oh yeah, look, I was... It's better than when they have like 10 people all shouting shit at the same time. That's just fucking insufferable. And I get how it happens, because you start off with 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5 and so on, and it's just like, yeah, we don't need to have 10 people on every fucking week all trying to shout points at the same time. It's
the worst.
It's too much.
Yeah, I don't do that here. We don't do that here. This is an actual show. So when KB went into his little rant yesterday, he's like, all these fucking hangout shows stink and blah, blah, blah. You know, to a certain point, I also agree with that, Kevin Brennan. If you're going to do this, if you're going to hit the live button, have something planned. You got to have something going on. Maybe make a few quips here and there. You don't have to be fucking Richard Pryor in his prime, right? But maybe... you don't even have to have anything set up. But if you ain't got the stuff, kid, get the fuck out of here, is what I got to say. Wasting everybody's time and everybody's space. People may act like I'm doing that right now. I'm growing. I'm blowing up. People watch me play video games like MKE, right? I'm next level. Next level. Moses. Follow me. Subscribe to me. Also, Danny, where can we follow and subscribe to you?
DannyDamage.co.uk and on X/Twitter @BluntDamage. It's very political and spicy at the minute. Not as many boobies and whatever you want to call the bottom half of that in your local area. We have some very lovely vulgar words that I'm sure you would not appreciate, so I won't say them.
What?
That's way too much.
We got a lot of news coming up over here the next week. If I can ever get that Jess back on, I mean, I need the Simps back. They'll watch for Jess. We'll get the sleaze back. But everybody's been busy lately. You know how we do over here. I don't pay anybody, so nobody needs to show up. But I'm always prepared with things to talk about. The ticket sales for WrestleMania. Woo, we got to talk about that. I'm going to talk about this pretty much every episode now, with Saul Ruka being the greatest of all time. We did talk about this last week. Were you here last week, Danny?
No, I missed last week.
I think so. You didn't get to talk about this, did you?
No, I've seen it, but they didn't. Yeah, I wasn't on to chat with you.
Yep, and then we'll talk about this. Your hero, Danny, Donald J. Trump. Your hero.
He has. It's pretty helpful that, seeing as our government are sort of like trying to stop people from visiting, like using the internet to a degree, that they've.
And we're gonna
like, yeah, you can come over and use some of our internet. We'll keep your information, and we'll keep an eye on what you're saying and doing, but you can have some internet.
Well, we'll talk about the state of the world and entertainment and how you get ahead and things. Maybe I got to do more of this. Maybe I got to do more of this. I'm just showing all kinds of pictures if you're listening on the audio podcast, which I know many people will be in the future. Shout out to everybody that watched today, commented, hung with us over here at the Dr. Huge Show. Again, I got Dr. Huge Show 9 on YouTube as well, which is a clip channel for some video game stuff I'm putting on there. Nothing serious. Go check out the shorts, promo edits, all the other stuff we got coming to you on the channel at Dr. Huge Show YouTube. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining me again, of course, Danny. And we'll talk to everybody next time. Later.